Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hello, hello, welcome back. Hi, all of our survivors and all ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our Free Fire Tri-Nation Cup 2020 today. And this week is week 4. And this is the final week in our league stage. I couldn't wait to see what's gonna happen. And these top 16 teams, they are gonna fight hard. They are gonna try their best to get into top 12 to get one of the best spot to squeeze into grand final. So only top 12 are going to grand final, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I am your host Leslie. Today I have amazing casters with me on this amazing day to cast for the week 4, which is the I would say second last day. Yeah, second last day of this league stage, but we will still have grand final. But right here with me is Abstract and Danily. Hello. How are you doing? And how do you feel? Can you please tell me a little bit about how do you feel? Abstract and Danily.
Nervous.
Danily,
I don't know why
first.
I'm nervous because I'm not even playing. I'm really nervous.
I know. I understand. Totally understand. What about you, Abstract? Other than nervous?
I have no idea. I mean, because yeah, it's kind of something that I don't know how to say, right? Because there's so many things that happen like week number 3 in, and when it comes to week number 4, I think that we're gonna be thrown quite a big curveball today and tomorrow. So we'll probably be speechless by the end of the day.
Yeah. I totally understood that because as we expected, we watched week 1, week 2, and then we were like, yeah, week 3 probably will be the same, and then suddenly everything is like shuffled and everything is different in terms of ranking or in terms of kill points. Everyone was like, wow, what had just happened last week. So yeah, I couldn't wait to see more. But before that, we will give you all a head up about like our schedule and all of our overall ranking. Let's go. All right here is our grouping. This is reshuffled from last week. We have Group A, Eclipse, Baby Argon, LCMY Gregory, Legend Rumble, and 4X-Men Esports. In Group B, we have AV Elite, AXA Dream Team, Bloody Hate, Genesis All-Star, Supreme Assault Forces, No Escape in Group B. In Group C, we have Auto Knockout, Raw Squad, LCMY Boss Crew, Hard to Get, and Special Army MY. This is the Death Team, not Death Group, yeah. All right, and here we have our point system. In every game, we have placement point with first, and you get Booyah. You will able to get 20 points in your pocket, and second place 17, third place 15, fourth 13, and continuously with 0 for the last team. And you have 2 points per kill in every game. All right here is our schedule in week 4, and today is day 1. You can see Group A versus Group B will be in Bermuda and Kalahari. In the second series, Group B versus Group C, you can see we have a slight change in Purgatory and Kalahari. It's because last week we had a small issue, but no worries, we will still do the same in this week, making it fair and square. B versus Group C, we will still have a Purgatory. And Group A versus Group C for the last game, we have Bermuda and Kalahari. And day 2, you can see Kalahari Purgatory for all the game. All right here we have teams in Group A, ladies and gentlemen. We have Eclipse from Malaysia, Baby Argon from Malaysia, LCMY Bosco from Malaysia. Then we have Legend Rumble from Malaysia, 4X-Men from Malaysia. This is basically the all Malaysia team. Okay, and then AV Elite from Philippines, they were performed really well as well last week in Group B. AXA Dream Team as well in Group B. Bloody Hate from Philippines in Group B. Then we will have Genesis All-Star in Group B, Supreme Assault Forces in Group B, and No Escape, one of the Malaysian team in Group B. And in Group C, we have Auto Knockout from Malaysia, Raw Squad from Malaysia, LCMY Gregory from Malaysia. Then we have Hard to Get, one of the on fire team, the crazy, the rampage team from last week. Hard to Get in Group C, and Special Army MY in Group C. Really have to watch out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, top fraggers, as we have expected from week 3, we know that Batman would definitely in this chart, and well, he is at the top. As usual, in almost every week, Batman is actually our top fragger or player to watch. It's definitely him. And with 31 kills, ladies and gentlemen, Superman from DT, AXA Dream Team, 13 kills. And No Escape Haziq got 12 kills. AXA Dream Team, another strong player from AXA Dream Team, got 12 kills as well. AKO Auto Knockout, 11 kills at top 5. Player to watch, yeah, as expected, Hard to Get Batman. Here we go again, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, we really have to watch out Batman. This Batman, he not only can fly, he can shoot like crazy. You have any comment, Abstract and Danley? What do you think about Batman? In terms of, I would like to know more about, like, in terms of accuracy, maybe headshot or something. What he actually performed really well in killing all the opponents.
Honestly,
Well, I mean,
Batman's
I think
just
the
doing
biggest
Batman stuff,
thing-
right?
Yeah, maybe Abstract first.
Consistency.
Sorry, Danley. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, like, Batman is just doing Batman stuff. We can't really say much because we have been seeing him tossing grenades and doing his grenade launcher stuff and shooting people in the face, filling them with holes all the time. So I'm starting to get, acclimatized with what he's doing, and I'm not surprised that he's the player to watch anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, what about you, Danley? What do you think about that?
Well, looking at Batman, if you're hard to get, you've got to be so happy to have a player that's been so consistent up until this point, right? Like he's
know.
always been on top of the leaderboards, getting these
Yep.
kills for the team. And looking at the team's performance as well, hard to get is second. So there's a good chance that they could take over that first place from No Escape, and it could be just because of Batman. If you give him that opening and that space to just secure those kills for your team,
Yeah.
you know he's that good, so just let him carry the game.
Yeah, that's right. You can see, like, can you see the second game, B versus C in Bermuda? He got 7 headshots. What? Honestly, in a game, you can get 7 headshots. That's not purely about luck anymore. That this man is crazy. So players really have to watch out. Hard to get Batman. All right, so let's go. Next, what we have right here. Oh, back to our screen. Ta-da! We are back. All right. So. So about sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, we still have another overall standing to be watch out right now. As everyone know that okay, so we have overall standing right here. No escape, ladies and gentlemen. It's still on top. Okay, but you can see the points like 585, but hard to get 582. 3 points away. That is insane and crazy points, I would say, because I remember in week 2 and week 3 they are like about more than 40 points. In week 2 more than 60 points away. No escape leading by 60 points. Right now they are just 3 points away. So I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen later. All right, and auto knockout, they are not some teams that are really not performing because they were on fire, momentum back on speed last week with 518. It's actually not far apart, but yeah, still something to catch up with. Hard to get, but hard to get is definitely. We are going to watch out hard to get today, definitely. And Baby Argon 481 stands still at 4th place. For X-Men Esport 470, Raw Squad 394. They were not bad too last week. And number 8, AV Elite, one of the strongest team from Philippines as well, 371. Bloody Head 367, LCMY Bosco from Malaysia 351, Suprema Sub Forces 347, and we have 11 and 12 AXA Dream Team and LCMY Gregory 333, 321 respectively. And then 13 at the last fragger, Legend Rumble 317 right now, Eclipse 299, Special Army MY 280, Genesis All Star 220. These 4 teams, they really have to fight hard because Legend Rumble, they are at 13. They are possible to climb up to 12 because you have another 2 days to do so. So I am really excited to see if they can make it in these 2 days. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back right here. Yeah, guys, what do you think about if today Batman is not in Hard to Get? Do you think that Hard to Get can go so far, Abstract and Denley?
Honestly,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, both of
Where
us
do you
kind
think?
of.
Okay. Let's give a prediction in the ranking instead. So, where do you think they would rank if today is not Batman? Batman is just average player.
Honestly, I still think that is hard work related, right? Because teamwork related, I meant. Because Hard to Get is just it's still a really good team. Even if Batman isn't really on the ball, or the fact that he's not really a great shot today, I think that the other teammates definitely will be able to cover the bases, and especially so we have a lot of other firepower from their team as well, and we have witnessed that last week as well. So wouldn't be surprised if they will still be able to catch up to No Escape.
What about Emily? Do you have same opinion?
I'm not sure if they'll be able to catch No Escape if Batman is crippled or he's having an off day, or maybe he hurt his hand, because that is the case sometimes. Players, while they're scrimming, they hurt their hand. Hands are very important when you play Free Fire. I'm not sure if they'll catch No Escape, because if you take a look at the point standings for Hard to Get, and most of their points come from kills. That's actually one of the main reasons they caught up to No Escape. Their placement points, they're okay, but it's not on the same level as someone such as Auto Knockout, who's really locked and loaded with those placement points. So I think if Hard to Get didn't have Batman performing, I think they'll stay in second place. I don't really think they'll move. Maybe they'll drop down if Auto Knockout have a really good day, though.
Yeah, that's true. So I think everyone was like, especially No Escape, they will be finger crossed, like praying hard Hard to Get not really performing well today, especially Batman. They were like, Batman is having a bad day today, you know.
The
So they
Batman
can,
doesn't
like,
have a bad day.
bad day. Batman bad day. So yeah, by the way, we talking about, like, not only climbing at the top 12 to go to grand final, but instead we also have a league prize pool. Actually, most of the people didn't know that even in this league stage, we are still giving out a chunk of prize pool from total 50,000 USD. So let's see our prize pool actually in league stage. If you get top 1 today or tomorrow, I would say sum up tomorrow. If you get top 1, like No Escape now, they will get 2,000 USD. So that is not a small amount as well. And number 2, you will get 1,008. Number 3, 1,006. Number 4, 1,004. Number 5, 1,002. Number 6, 1,000 ringgit. Number 7, 800 till number 9, they will still get 800 USD. And number 10 to number 12, they will get 600. Number 13 to 15, they will get 500. And continuously, you will get 400 ringgit. 400 USD. It's not about ringgit anymore, right? So, yeah, it's as well really important. I think till this stage, they will still think like, okay, as long as we can fight hard to stay in top 1, No Escape, they were like, okay, we are happy to get 2,000 ringgit. Or not, they will be getting 1,008. It's not much different, but it's really something that I bet they really wanted to do well today. So, what about, like, because today our map will be in Bermuda and Kalahari. So as Danielle have said, Kalahari is one of the no escape map. Okay, so what do you expect they will have planned in this map today, Abstract and Danielle?
Wait, which team? Which team? Hard to get, right?
No,
We're talking about
No
hard to
Escape,
get, right?
No escape.
No escape. Okay, so
Yeah.
so for No Escape, it's kind of like second nature to them already, because we have already witnessed in week number 1 the consequent win with like 50% win rate back in Kalahari. I would really love to see them doing the same thing from week number 1 at for today, for week number 4 also. So if they were to be able to be that consistent to get that 50% win rate of all 6 maps from Kalahari today and tomorrow, and they get 50%, I think that they will be able to hold themselves up in the first place, hands down. But Hard to Get is another oddball, right? Shira and Batman is a really good tag team. They just get things done almost immediately.
All right, so as we have already witnessed all the players play and No Escape, they performed really well in Kalahari last time. So we were really expecting something more from No Escape today in Kalahari as well. So ladies and gentlemen, wait no more. We already started the game 1, and I'll pass the screen to Abstract and Danielle. Enjoy and see you at Booyah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 4, day number 1. We will be looking at the first map for today. And that, of course, you can tell, is going to be Bermuda.
Man, I love watching Bermuda. Some people are going to say, oh, but Kalahari is going to be such a good map. No. You know why? Because Bermuda is where all the kills happen. And they happen at every stage of the game. I think at this rate, Bermuda is the only map so far that we've seen where teams haven't just bunkered down and just looted and avoided conflict. Bermuda's always on where people's hunting right off the bat. I love it.
Indeed. I mean, it really depends on where the other teams is at. We've got the flight path that started off in the southeastern side, flying all the way to the northwestern side. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were teams to kind of meet up each other, as we can pretty much see right about here with Genesis All-Stars right in front of Legends Rumble. And of course, No Escape is just right opposite of the compound. Things are starting to get a little bit tricky for Genesis All-Stars with Fex down in HP, and of course we even have Bloody Heads getting a kill down on onto LCMI Gregory. A lot of things is going around all around the map. Not gonna lie, things are starting to get really spicy right now. And we aren't even 1 minute in, right? We're not even 1 minute in. Bloody Heads.
No.
Wait, I think that LCMI Gregory left with like a single man.
Shut down.
Look, we just have to remember, Bermuda is the map where I think the devs have to consider changing it to Bloodbath, right? This shouldn't be called Bermuda, this should be called Bloodbath. Because every single time,
Sounds about right.
every stage that we've played on Bermuda, you're always looking at kills from the very beginning of the game. Because you can see the teams, they are so comfortable with where they want to land, where they want to position themselves to not only loot, but also get those quick pickoffs before the first circle.
Indeed. I mean, for even when the first circle haven't even came out just yet, Bloody Heads have already found themselves with LCMR Gregory, which dropped LCMR Gregory in 11th place for map number 1. It's a fast end. It's a fast end, yes, indeed. And I'm really sad for LCMR Gregory. Perhaps they just kind of landed in the wrong place at the wrong time or something. But ultimately, we also have another encounter which we may start to see, because Genesis All-Stars, they have 1 man down already, so they only have three teammates remaining. So the only way that they can get out of this is really not to engage against Legends Rumble and just try to run away, I suppose. But they also have to be careful, because they also know that No Escape was around the area.
Yeah. They had to have known. And it looks like they will be able to avoid that conflict. Looking at the map, they're just slowly making their way out. Although, is Star showing himself? Star? What's the plan, Star? He's alone. His team left him. What?
Yeah.
Why? Is he bait?
He's okay,
is he trying to say,
He's okay, though.
No, I think he's actually trying to act as bait to say, okay, go for me. My team's already left.
Oh, I have no idea about that. But he went onto the other direction. And Genesis All-Stars, they are left with 2 men, if I'm not wrong. Although I can only see Star from Genesis All-Stars, but when it comes to the kill feed, I only remember seeing 1 person that just got knocked down and executed. I'm not too sure about the other members from Genesis All-Stars. So total 2 deaths. So there should be 2 remaining, right?
Yeah, they're still alive.
Yeah,
they
okay.
headed northeast.
Yeah, so 2 is still alive. So off to a bad start, but on to a great start for Legends Rumble. 2 kills right off the bat, and then it only when it comes to this time, right, where things are starting to get a little bit more passive, because they are just very comfortable with their current location. They have to wait for the next circle to pop up, then they will start to move.
Yeah, looks like they're going to start heading out right now. This is actually really good news for Legend Rumble, because I also took a look at the brackets again, and Legend Rumble are on the literally 13th in terms of placements. They only need a couple points to actually take over that 12th place spot. So I think for Legend Rumble, they're going to have to play a little bit more aggressively today as well, because if they want to have a chance at making that top 12, they need to also search for those kill points, right? Because we've seen some teams say, okay, let's focus on placements, but then they get assassinated with no kills. So I think Legend Rumble, they're approaching this game really, really nicely to try and maybe snatch that 12th place position away. But of course, it's going to depend on whether the team can get more kills, and on top of that, a good placement. As we take a look at Bloody Head here, they are all alone. They've got 4 kills under their belt as they assassinated an entire team. So 8 points already. Good stuff for Bloody Head. Great start.
Good stuff, good stuff. But, of course, it does seem like our attention has been diverted over to Bloody Heads as well as Legends Rumble. We haven't quite heard of the other teams just yet, like Supreme Assault Forces, as well as for Eclipse, which is right there in the center of the map as we saw just now. So I'm not too sure exactly where all the other teams is, like for example, No Escape. Wait, is No Escape even playing in this round? A and B, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is where things are starting to get a little bit like muddy for me, because I can't exactly remember which team is playing with what. So Group A versus B. Ladies and gentlemen,
we'll get there.
We have Eclipse. I'm just gonna remind myself by telling myself and the viewers that we'll have Eclipse, Baby Argon, LCMY Gregory, Legends Rumble, Boysman Esports is playing as well. So, well, speaking of which, it does seem like we have a small little encounter. Supreme Assault Forces has found themselves against Legends Rumble. Legends Rumble is really on the ball today. Holy crap.
Yeah. They need these kills, so I'm actually really happy that they're making these plays. No one on their team has died as of yet, and they're still looking to assault Supreme Assault Forces. Again, can I look for this other kill?
Yo!
Low! They get it!
Yo!
Nudge gets knocked down. Legend Rumble coming in with the comeback today. I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys actually crawl into that 12th spot.
They're not being themselves today. I gotta say that. They are literally not Legends Rumble today. Although, yes, they have gotten themselves a couple... Yeah, in a good way. Because we have seen them getting themselves some good booyahs and, of course, definitely good amount of kills in certain games. But not this aggressive at the start. You can see all of them just hanging around by the watchtower and immediately just being a firing squad. Although it was great that they managed to get a knockdown on one of the members from Supreme Assault Forces, but I think that one of the members from 4X-Men Esports actually managed to steal that kill away. Or maybe it was the other side of the Supreme Assault Forces, because I remember there was 2 members from Supreme Assault Forces, and both of them, I think both of them just got eliminated exactly at the same point of time.
Yeah, they did, unfortunately. So that's going to be... Oh, here we go. So No Escape is going to be playing on this map, and they are alone. No kills for them too, so it looks like No Escape are going to be quite quiet opening up in the match. So I think we'll see them be a little bit more active as the circle gets a lot smaller. As you take a look at Bloody Head, and of course, let's take a look at some of the scores here as well. And of course, you can see some of these kills for these teams. Remember, folks, kills are important. It's not just about how high you place. Each kill is worth 2 points. So even if you finish last, if you can get 4 kills before you die, great. You've still done something. You still got some points to put on the board. The last thing you want is to end up last with no kills. It's happened a couple times in the previous weeks. That really hurts the teams in terms of placement points.
Indeed. And unfortunately, for this round, the one that is last with no points is going to go to Genesis All-Stars. And the gap is already huge when it comes to their points as well as the team in the 15th place. And honestly, I think that there is definitely ways that Genesis All-Stars can climb up to the top 12, but that also means that they kind of need a miracle, right? They need to go for a lot of kills and a lot of booyahs. And to be honest, I think like 3 or 4 booyahs straight in a row in this couple of games is gonna work, but that also means that they have to win every single game that they are playing in. 4 booyahs, every single game that they play today and tomorrow have to be a win. So I'm not too sure. I'm not really good at math. I'm not good at math. I'm just gonna say exactly why I'm a designer by trade. That's why I can't do anything math related. But put me off the record. But I think that 4 booyahs is enough for them to win. So at this point of time, as they are eliminated right now, that pretty much means that they can't exactly win.
That's right. We're going to be in for some crazy business here. This is No Escape, and this is 4X-Men.
Oh yeah! Appease! Getting himself a single knockdown right onto Manchai. Pretty early, not gonna lie, pretty early. But when it comes to upper ground, well, we all know that 4Escape is supposed to have the advantage because of the higher ground. But No Escape is still a very strong team, with the glue walls being activated and of course separating Bayet with quite a good amount of his teammates. Bayet's gonna be the first one to get knocked out, and they also managed to just get a separation on the entire team of 4X-Men Esports. And just like that, they have managed to get themselves a total of 3 kills, with 1 member from 4X-Men Esports still wandering around, straggling about, not too sure exactly where he is. But Manchai, he was the first one to be knocked down. He managed to run away, and all 3 other teammates were there to cover him. But all of them,
I know where he is.
Unfortunately, landed on the cold hard floor.
So already taking, oh my goodness, Star under attack there from AV. Elite Djibouti actually looking for that kill. But looking at that engagement, there's the drop. Between No Escape and 4X-Men, you can see there's a huge difference between the way that these 2 teams play. And when it comes to accuracy in those gunfights, you can see that No Escape have a huge advantage, because even with a high ground advantage, 4X-Men, they just couldn't get the shots in, and they also kept getting dropped. And if you also take a look at how the points are, yeah, and even with points, 4X-Men, they have huge placement points, but their kill points are lacking for a team that's actually in the top 6. So this is really bad for 4X-Men because they rely on those placement points. They are not very reliable when it comes to kills.
Indeed. They have been consistently getting themselves at the top of the leaderboards, but like you said, not enough kills. That means that they haven't been aggressive enough in the early / mid game, and the only reason why they're getting kills is because of the last circle. So I would like to see exactly how they're going to be working this out. And in the meantime, Bloody Heads have gotten themselves pretty much decimated, with only Blink as the last man remaining, either Blink or Blank, being the last man remaining, as the rest of Baby Argon has infiltrated the area and forced Bloody Heads out. So unfortunately for them, they managed to get a full squad wipe on a single team, only to have that avenged against them because of Baby Argon. And they are hanging around in Porchnark as well.
Yeah, so this is going to be the second team with only one member remaining. Oh, poor Manchai is still stuck in that building. He cannot move. No Escape just patrolling the ground because they know that Manchai, he's got to leave at some point. But we've got Legend Rumble. They've actually positioned themselves outside the building. Oh, there's Manchai, just hiding. Don't move, man. Don't move. Placement points are where it's at, bro. Don't move. Don't even breathe.
You can't. No breathing, no moving. You can't do anything that will expose yourself, and especially not pulling a trigger at all. You can't do any. You shouldn't do anything right now. Just hang around. Just pick up another phone and play something. I don't know. Maybe play another account on Free Fire and just be like, okay, in the meantime, I'm just gonna hang around here and, well, kill some other pugs in my Free Fire game. I mean, you can do that. You can definitely do that to kill some time.
Yeah, you could. Oh, actually, No Escape taking a little bit of damage there. Not quite sure where the fire was coming from. Looks like it's Legend Rumble. Oh, the boys with the big balls. I love watching these guys now. Legend Rumble, show me what you got. Show me what you got.
Oh yeah. Starting to open fire right against No Escape, but luckily for No Escape, there is a huge wall separating between them and... Okay, never mind. It doesn't... Oh! Kai with a double knockdown! With the grenade launcher, the power weapon comes from absolutely nowhere! And No Escape has been handicapped to 2 men remaining. They tried to go on the offensive. They do not have enough information as to what kind of weapons Legends Rumble have, and they just fed that 2 kills over to Legends Rumble because of negligence as well as a little bit of the complacency. Unfortunate, if you ask me. Absolutely unfortunate.
Big ball gaming right there. Big ball gaming. I'm not... most people, if they see No Escape, they're just like, oh god, it's No Escape, we gotta run. But, oh my god, Kai, just going in there with the grenade. Huge play. I think No Escape, they just underestimated Legend Rumble coming into that engagement. Oh my god, that was fantastic.
Absolutely. And now I believe that, yeah, one of the members from for X-Men, which is Manchai, he's still around the area as well. He could actually just try to scout out for information. It is definitely possible to go for a 1 versus 2 fight, but he has to be careful as well, because if I'm not wrong, right where they are is kind of right smack in the center of the circle as well. So if he were to make any sound and were to destroy for X-Men at that very point, that kind of means that everyone else will come over and try to get a kill. And as I was saying that, it does seem like they have a trade. A 4X-Men Esports, they had a trade. Manchai, he killed 1, but he got eliminated. Oh, Genesis All-Stars, now they got eliminated. Oh, now they got eliminated. So my bad, Genesis All-Stars did not get eliminated. They lost 2 men, but they managed to get away. My bad. I completely forgot about that part.
It's right. He was playing towards the outside of the circle, so it was quite difficult to actually keep track of him, but oh my goodness. What? Legend Rumble. These guys have 10 kills. 10 kills. Can you believe this? Who is this? Is this Legend Rumble, or is this some kind of No Escape playing on a new account? Oh my god.
Killing spree.
Oh my god. Hey guys, Legends Rumble is not... It's pretty easy to tell that you guys are actually secretly hard to get, you know. I don't know. I mean, Hard to Get is not playing this game as well, so you're just kind of swap phone. No, I'm just kidding. But ultimately, that is just kind of like an over-exaggeration. Actually, I wouldn't even say that it's an over-exaggeration. It's just my way of saying that Legends Rumble is incredibly strong in this game. They know exactly what is at stake, and they just decided to go all in, trying to go and fill the opponents up with holes, and that is exactly what Kai is doing. with 6 kills to his name, Taken with 4 kills to his name. He also have the power weapon, which comes in the form of the grenade launcher, and is really making full use of it nonetheless. And AXA Dream Team is currently caught at the other side of this wall. I really don't even know how they're gonna get out of this, with a couple of glue walls currently being activated and trying to get themselves some way out. But Kai secretly opens up and with a grenade launcher, kaboom, in the face of AXA Dream Team. And that was a really good defense, or rather a really good offense coming from Legends Rumble. They used Kai as form of a bait, while Taken takes his time to pop out with that grenade launcher and immediately smashes the other two into smithereens. And that has allowed Legends Rumble to get a total of 14 kills already.
Shut down.
Even if they die right now, they have 28 kills under their belts. They're doing fantastic in the points department. But Legend Rumble, they're still surviving up until this point. AV Elite, they're only down to 2 players. And they're out on the edge as well, but they're not quite in the building. Oh, No Escape. They've actually lost one. Up is going down. Rain, the surviving member of No Escape. He's going to get out of there.
Oh.
Is that Legend Rumble that dropped them?
Okay. Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
What is going on here? Okay, so far the record that we have seen so far is 16 kills.
Killing spree.
We have seen the highest kills, and that is 16 to if I'm not wrong, both Baby Argons as well as Hard to Get. So now Legends Rumble is going to break that record of 16 kills, because if they were to kill both Baby Argons as well as the other team. Oh, no, the grenade! The grenade! Oh, it smashes, it explodes, it cooked at a pretty good time, but it does seem like he's being consumed by the circle. How well is he going to be staying inside of this circle right now? Kai brings one down from Baby Argons. Things are starting to get really spicy right about now. AV Elites, 2 men remaining. Baby Argon, 1 man remaining. We are looking at a really bold play coming in from Kai. A little bit too bold. He gets eliminated. Insanity steals the kill away from Cobra, but it doesn't mean that the rest of the members coming in from Legends Rumble just gonna be running right into AV Elites and trying to go for a kill. Cobra owns one. He's gonna steal for another one, but AV Elite, they go absolutely gonna go down as they can whip that shotgun, immediately take down the entirety of AV Elites. And now Cobra, holding on to the other side of the wall, gets the glue wall up. Taken takes on to the center of this current circle, waiting for Cobra to eventually close into the gaps, and Taken raiding up his shotgun, preparing to open fire around Cobra. Who's gonna take the blood? Who's gonna shed it all out? And that is going to be Legends Rumble, eliminating and breaking all barriers, and they managed to take away and of course break the record of a total of 16 kills. And they have gotten themselves with what, 19 kills this game? 16, 17, 18, 19?
So many points!
20 kills?
20 kills!
Yo!
Oh my
Yo!
god!
Yo, that's not funny, man. Yo, that's not funny. Legends Rumble with 20 kills, 40 points.
Can I remind you, this was Team 13. 13! I was predicting that they might make 12, but...
Yo.
I can't believe it. Wow.
Like I said,
Oh my
curveball
God.
today.
Poor baby didn't
Like I
get 8
said,
kills, but
curveball.
Kai and Taken, fantastic performance. 9 kills between the 2 of them. They did so good. 60 points. 60.
Their kill points is double of the placement point. Even if they don't win, even if they don't get the booyah, they straight out win everyone in this result board. They straight out win everyone, even if they don't get booyah. Even if they are they're placed last or something.
I need to math here. So they got 60 points. They are currently sitting on 299 points. Oh, no, sorry. They're sitting on 317 to take LCMY Gregory's 12th spot. All they needed was 5 points. That's all that they needed. But I'm not sure if the overall result is going to be updated. Dude, oh, it is? Okay, hang on. We just got a note from production that it is updated. So let's take a look and see where Legend Rumble are going to end up on the leaderboard, because remember, this week is the final week to get into the top 12, and this is the
And LCMY
final...
Gregory only gotten themselves with 1 point. It's not gonna help them. It's definitely not gonna help them.
Okay, to be fair, I'm not sure where else they could have gotten the points from, considering that Legend Rumble kind of hogged all the kill points today. So I'm not sure what kind of kills you would expect from LCY Gregory. But man, that was tough. I got to take a look at what we're expecting in that bottom bracket because I am freaking excited.
Okay, so not much changes when it comes to the first to sixth. The only teams that we saw playing is No Escape, Baby Argon, for X-Men Esports, and AV Elite. They're still holding on to their standings for now. But this is where things are starting to get interesting. 13th place climbed to the 9th place.
Legend Rumble. They are on fire today.
I think they're safe. I think they're relatively safe, but not very safe just yet because we still have quite a lot of games to go. But the fact that they managed to get a single 60 bomb in a single game, even if they were to, make mistakes in the subsequent games, right? They are still relatively safe. So they can afford to kind of make a little bit of mistakes here and there, or even go for a really aggressive, greedy plays. They can still be rewarded one way or the other. Because their game here compensates for any mistakes that they made, that they are going to make from now on.
And if you take a look at the stats as well, today is an awesome day for Legend Rumble because their two best maps are Bermuda and Kalahari. And guess what we're playing next? Kalahari. So we actually could be looking at another fantastic game for Legend Rumble. I'm really excited to see them play the next map. Of course, maybe they don't get the same head start. They got some, I'm not sure if I'm going to call it lucky or if they just got blessed. They prayed to someone today. They prayed to someone and their prayers were answered. They say, you are making top 12, my man. You're making top 12. Here's a grenade launcher.
Yeah, here's a grenade launcher. Use it. The grenade launcher itself has blessed them with what? I think for at least for what I see, right? 4 kills. Two members from No Escape and 2 members from AXA Dream Team. So
it makes me
it
wonder,
was great so far.
In their engagement with No Escape, because we know how skillful No Escape could be. If they didn't have the grenade launcher, what could have engagement may have happened instead? Because with the grenade launcher, they basically crippled No Escape before they even managed to get close to Legend Rumble. So maybe Legend Rumble get eliminated back there. If they didn't have it, maybe they come out with a couple casualties. It could just be a 2-2 split. Both teams take 2 kills each. We'll never know because grenade launcher, it exists. It's not broken.
Yep.
No. Balanced.
Not at all, ladies and gentlemen. Grenade launcher is not broken because you cannot just pull the trigger and get 2 kills like that. In case
your name is not Legend Rumble.
Well,
I cannot believe this is how we're going to be starting the day. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of how week 3 started as well. Like immediately dropping a bomb on us, almost literally, but liberally as well. But it kind of worked both ways. But this time is both ways. And well, Legends Rumble, they're making things awesome, and I hope that they will still keep it awesome.
Absolutely. Now, of course, for people that are just tuning in, we are going to be playing on Kalahari for our second map between groups A and B. And, of course, a couple teams, they really love this map. We know No Escape have currently gotten 3 booyahs off on Kalahari. Legend Rumble have gotten 2 booyahs as well. Who else? Baby Argon have also secured a booyah on this map. So a lot of teams playing in this group have... You can tell they're comfortable in Kalahari. The only difference in terms of play style, because we just saw Bermuda, very active, teams actively looking for kills. Kalahari is much slower until that circle gets much smaller because positioning is key on Kalahari. If you move, there's not much cover. So that's a lot of teams, they'll just find a spot, they'll sort of camp it out and hope that the circle is going to end up being where they are, and they'll just grab those kills as teams are coming in from the circle shrinking.
Sometimes I kind of look at things a little bit of the opposite side. Like sometimes, or rather, at least for my games and the things that I've seen before, Bermuda was like is a map that's slightly more passive than Kalahari. Usually Kalahari people will be like jumping around and they'll be like, oh yeah, let's go and get the kills because the map is relatively smaller-ish. because of the amount of zones that they are able to play in. But ultimately, when it comes to dropping in spots, most of the what can I say? Most of the highlights, right, the landmarks are very far away from each other. Like for example, Refinery, Command Post, Bayfront, Foundation, they are all really far away from each other. So when it comes to landing zones, most of the teams will be away from each other. But once they start to get moving, that is where the chaos happens.
Yeah. So far, it looks like there's going to be no engagements as everyone has managed to drop into their own safe zones. Yeah, I don't see anyone next to each other. Everyone's just looting now. So it looks like we're going to be in for a little bit of a slower early game for Kalahari, but it'll speed up. We know that, a certain team, Legend Rumble, will be looking for kills.
Legend Rumble! We shall see them soon-ish. I'm not too sure how they're playing, and I can't. Do you remember how the flight path was just now? I don't quite remember the flight path actually.
No, I didn't.
Oh darn!
I didn't.
Oh darn!
I was more focused on
Okay,
seeing whether or not we're going to be seeing anyone drop on top of each other or not.
Yeah. So I was kind of I was hoping that I would be able to do some kind of the typical analysis where it's gonna be the choke points whatsoever, blah 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 blah. But looking at the map, from the bird's eye view, yeah, everyone is far away, like very far away. In fact, no one is within the peak of Refinery at all. There's only No Escape that is at the southern side of Refinery, which is honestly quite a surprise. Usually we'll start to see people to be in Refinery and start to play a bit more aggressively, but I suppose they have a little bit of a different in mentality, because I think all of the teams are starting to want to play it safe, right? Because they don't want to lose too much points, but they will only engage if absolutely necessary.
Yeah, I think historically the games that No Escape have won on Kalahari are when they dropped inside the Refinery at the beginning of the game. Or they'll be at least nearby and they'll be able to take over the Refinery as the game gets later and later. But I'm thinking, is there a chance that they may have dropped further away because they're scared that a lot of teams are going to be dropping near the Refinery? Do they maybe want to avoid those early engagements so that they don't get knocked out too early? Maybe they're trying to change up the strats now, because remember, this is the final week. You want to maintain the top 12th spot, but also for No Escape, you want to maintain first place because $2,000, baby. Like, why should you sacrifice first place?
New kill.
$2,000 is not any small amount. Like, you don't just casually play games and get yourself $2,000. People throw $2,000 into games, but you win $2,000 into games. And in the meantime, we can hear the firing squad coming in from 4X-Men Esports, coming in from One Manchai as well as Logan. And they managed to get themselves a single kill to their name with a total of 2 kills already. And I'm not too sure. Oh, it does seem like it is LCMY Gregory that was at the other side, or at the opposite side of that barrel. Unfortunate, if you ask me. Very unfortunate. And now Bloody Heads have found themselves in another occasion where they managed to find AXA Dream Team as well. Fights are starting to happen all over the map because people are starting to get on the move.
Yeah, no one's quite moving though. They're just sort of camping out in their building. They're not really pressured to move. So I think both teams are just going to go for these long shots, maybe pray that they can get a down through this way. Oh, whoa, we almost dropped someone there.
4X-Men Esports getting themselves yet another kill. Another knockdown, rather. Another knockdown. So they have a total of 2 kills and a single knockdown, not executed just yet. But rest assured, none of the teams are eliminated just yet, because that would pretty much mean that we have a couple of members in some teams missing, but they should still be able to play it safe and try to gun for their placement scores. But only when it comes to the second circle or even the third circle, we would expect to see more people dropping down.
Yeah, Kalahari's huge. There's a lot of space to move around if you need to. But here we go. That's going to be a kill already.
Shot with SKS coming in. Bloody Heads, 1 man down, and that comes in the form of Blank. And ZJ's really want to get himself away from No Escape, but it doesn't seem like things are going to be working towards his direction at all, because he's just going to be completely sandwiched for now. Akit is just going to be getting a shot down to a low amount of health, but unfortunately, the flow of No Escape is a little bit too fast. A piece,
Hogs needs to run.
he's okay.
Oh no!
And Bloody Head is eliminated.
Oh,
Good start for
maybe
No
a-
Escape.
Yeah, No Escape needed those kills. They did get all 4. Oh, they got 3. Okay, so someone actually managed to snag another kill off of Bloody Head. Right, but considering that No Escape, they didn't manage to get too many points in the last round, this is going to help them in the leaderboards to maintain that first place. And of course, placement's going to be pretty important for No Escape. I want to see what path they want to take as the circle gets smaller. Are they going to be heading straight to the refinery, or do they have a new path in mind? As we take a look at Genesis here, they are all by themselves. In the ruins, it looks like they're going to be okay. Although, AV Elite could run right into 4X-Men, but also No Escape. Oh, we could be looking at a 3-way.
Oh, things are gonna get interesting. But I don't see where No Escape was. But for now, yes, For Escape is the kill leader. They have a total of 3 kills right about now, and they're trying to get themselves into the northeastern side. And now we see No Escape. It is going to be the powerhouse versus the powerhouse. For X-Men Esports, yes, they do have the high ground. If they have a couple of SKS, AWM, or even a Kalahari AK, things may actually go towards their ways, but they still gotta have to play it safe. And in the meantime, Legends Rumble, they are hiding by the watchtower again with the grenade launcher.
Of course they get another grenade. Of course they get another grenade launcher. I don't know where they get these grenade launchers from. I never seem to get lucky in my games. I never get them. I just die before anything happens.
Yep. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So we'll see how that's gonna work out. I'm really looking forward to see how Legends Rumble is gonna be working it out, but they're just gonna be camping at that area for now, waiting for people to walk past them just so that they can boom them into smithereens. But unfortunately, no one is coming in close to that path just yet, because everyone else is on their own direction. We've got Supreme Assault Forces that is making their way just right around the area with Baby Argon in the, at the northern side of the map to them. But they should be safe for now. Legends Rumble still far away.
Yeah, so far Eclipse seems to have the most favorable position out of all the teams. They're on the high ground. They're currently just sitting in the building. It looks like at this point they're just waiting for that circle to get smaller. There's no need for them to expose themselves. Oh, we got some gunfire there with AV Elite. There's a drop onto 4X-Men.
4X-Men finds themselves with a single death within their ranks. Manchai, one goes down. Rain also went down from the other side of the map. It does seem like the two powerhouses has finding themselves in 2 separate fights. Shoyu tosses a grenade. Doesn't seem like it was cooked well or even tossed well. The rest of No Escape is just going to be breaching into the house and will be wanting to fight against Shoyu anytime soon with a shotgun followed by a wall. The glue wall is just going to separate himself from the rest of the team really well, and Shoyu gets 1 kill and surviving with only 5 health. 5 health coming in from Shoyu. He needs to do something quick. He jumps out. He gets a shot down onto Anga. A clutch, ladies and gentlemen, with a sliver of health. But it does seem like the rest of the members coming from Eclipse came in. Skyzo and Abella, they managed to knock down the members coming in from No Escape. Shoyu is now eliminated, and in fact, is that the entirety of No Escape being eliminated already? That is,
Yeah, no.
I think that they are all eliminated.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh
all 4
my,
of them.
oh my. Oh my, and now the vouchering starts. The voucher has begun to swoop in for the kills. AXA Dream Team comes in to get a kill onto Eclipse now. And this house is all theirs while they are inside of the danger zone. Baby Argon, they have noticed all of this reaction. They have noticed all of the commotion. Abella is still somewhere around the vicinity, but not in the same room as the Dream Team just yet. Baby Argons may actually come up and meet up with Abella soon. Or maybe something interesting is going to happen otherwise.
Man,
Take a
we've
look
got
at the
one
map.
of
Take a
each
look.
team inside that building. Poor Abella, he's just trying his best to survive here, but everyone's invading. Oh, Jabat.
And here we have. Oh, X-Gen! Completely missed everything from his clip. And Jabat gets himself a single execution, a knockdown on Toby. Cobra is going well. Jabat is going well as well. A lot of kills are going to be funneled over to Baby Argons right about now with a total of 4 kills to their name. Jabat is within a nice set of buildings, but it does seem like Eclipse is going to be hiding right on top of him. AXA Dream Team finds themselves the time to run away as soon as possible because they would want to gun for the placement point right now, while Abella still stays within the compound, still waiting for the perfect opportunity to run away.
Yeah, I don't know if Baby Argon know that Abella is there, or if they maybe even try. Oh, okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Legend Rumble
I don't
now
think they
starting
know
to.
at all.
Yeah, Legend Rumble are starting to search for kills. They're also still sitting at 0 kills for this match. So yeah, Legend Rumble much quieter on Kalahari, not as aggressive on Bermuda so far. Oh, nice grenade there. Judge. That glue wall ain't gonna save you,
Not
buddy.
surprised. Nothing surprising. I mean, grenade launcher shoots past the glue walls. As long as you're not in the optimal, the prime position, you're gonna get taken down. Nga is going to be shot down as well. Someone needs to revive him, or else they're going to be, well, really handicapped right now. They're just going to be wrapping around the extremities of the current circle, and they may actually meet up with Genesis All-Stars. The question is, will Genesis All-Stars be able to defend against Legends Rumble, because of the fact that they do have a grenade launcher after all? Things are starting to get a little bit spicy, a little bit dicey. The circle is now popped in the northwestern side, and it will comprise of absolutely no one in the circle just yet. So most of the teams is going to be making their way inside the circle pretty much soon. While Supreme Assault Forces, they are at the edge of the new circle right now.
Did Genesis Rumble see Legend Rumble? Oh, sorry, did Genesis see Legend? I don't think they did. I don't think either team. Oh, hang on, there's gunfire.
Oh, it does seem like there was another fight after all. It was a fatal 3-way, with Legends Rumble opening fire right onto Genesis All-Stars because of the sound that they have heard. The grenade launcher tosses over the walls and try to do something about it, but unfortunately the glue wall wasn't fast enough, or rather the glue walls isn't strong enough to retaliate against whoever is at the top of Refinery, and they have to deal with a pretty tough scenario, a pretty tough situation, while Genesis All-Stars, they have to slowly creep themselves closer and closer into the circle whilst getting fired on by whoever is at the top of the Refinery, while Legends Rumble just gonna be holding down to their position, waiting for Genesis All-Stars to eventually move their way up, while Supreme Assault Force is just gonna be completely eliminated. Legend Rumble holding on to their points, holding on to the grates, as well as the glue walls. All three of them is still fine. They are still A-okay, but AV Leaks at the top of the Refinery, that is going to be the toughest thing to deal with, and now most of them is currently being knocked down. AV Elite in the perfect opportunity, in the perfect position. They managed to knock down Genesis All-Stars. All they gotta do is just gonna go straight out for the firing squad onto Legends Rumble. They cannot leave any stones unturned. While we have Baby trying to run straight in. They don't have a glue wall. Get one down. Other guy eliminated, executed. Baby has been knocked down as well. One man remaining coming in from Legends Rumble, but it does seem like they have shifted their focus. The focus is now on Superman, and Superman is now being shot down to half HP. He managed to get a glue wall up right on the nick of time, and in the meantime as well, Legends Rumble has been eliminated, and hello Wave Elites, hello! They have gotten themselves yet another kill to their name, a total of 7.
11 players alive, 5 teams remaining. AV Elite, I believe they have the most members out of all the teams alive. Unless, is that Baby Argon still sitting on 4 players? Might not be 4 though, they're taking some heavy damage.
Yep, it may not be for very soon, right? It may not be for very soon. Ori Panda cooks the grenade. Is he gonna get anyone killed? Eclipse is eliminated, coming in from the other side of the map, but it does seem like Jabot is just gonna be getting knocked down. They're not gonna care about it so much. The glue wall has been activated. They really want to go for the kill. They are very hungry for the kills. Baby Argon, they actually have 10 kills. Things are starting to favor them quite a lot, but the fact is, they're going to be at the other side of this world. Will they stay alive? As long as no one has the grenade launcher, they will be pretty much A-okay. Ori Panda fires down on the 4X-Men Esports. They managed to get a shot down right over there. The glue wall wasn't activated in the nick of time, or it wasn't activated at the right place as well. Red Panda, he's safe for now. He gets the glue wall up. Red Panda, P-Panda is now shot down and knocked down. Djibouti is going to be the other one remaining, as well as Insanity. It doesn't seem like things are going in the way of them at all, as AB Elite slowly and time after time, they got eliminated by Baby Argon, and Baby Argon has got a total of what? 15 or 14 kills to their name? Somewhere there.
Baby Argon, they were on fire for Kalahari today. I thought it could have been AV Elite to take this map, but Unfortunately, they didn't have the circle in their favor. If they were able to stay on the high ground rather than having to run into the low ground where maybe Argon were already parked, it could have been completely different. Unfortunately for 4X-Men, they almost managed to snag that second place, but there was nowhere to hide, and they end up landing in third. They get 4 kills, thus resulting in 8 points. That's why they are in third. Then followed by Eclipse. AXA Dream Team almost got 4th place. They just needed 1 more kill to take that spot away from Eclipse. No Escape, unfortunately, ending up in 6th place. They got eliminated quite early. It almost felt like No Escape eliminated themselves because they exposed themselves for these kills. And it felt really un-No Escape on Kalahari. This just felt like No Escape was trying a new strategy, and it just didn't seem to work out.
Indeed. I think that they're trying to retain that aggressiveness in their gameplay in Kalahari, but they didn't quite scope out and understand what is going on, because typically they like to go for the aggressiveness, but usually in the form of third partying. But this time, the hunter gets hunted because they are the one that got third party after all. And things just didn't go in their way after all because of the amount of shots that has been echoing throughout the horizon. Everyone finds out, and I think that was the point of time where AXA Dream Team comes in and swoop in the kills. I can't remember very well. I have really bad memory, but you get a point. They got third partied and they got eliminated pretty early into the game, which is rather unfortunate for them. And well, that is the end of Group A versus B. I'm rather baffled because of the fact that, well, Baby Argon won that one instead of AV Elites. Like you said, it really was depending on the circle. AV Elites was in such a great spot, but the circle did not allow them to stay at where they were. A pity.
Sometimes it just comes down to luck, right? You have to take a gamble, you find a really good spot, you pray the circle is there, but sometimes you're just going to get unlucky. Now, to anyone that's tuning into the stream, don't forget we are giving away free codes for some wonderful weapons. So as you can see underneath right now, type that code in because there's only 2 of them. So if you are not the first 2 people to type in that code, you will not get the weapon. So get it right now. If you don't get it right now, it's fine because we have more codes later on today. So do make sure to stick around for the stream because, of course, we have more things to give away to all of you wonderful survivors watching the stream.
Yep, and ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna go in for a really short break for now. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you guys for brackets B versus C.
The bank has 200 million in dirty money and more in secret stolen gold. And we will take it all back. 1. To get past bank security, we let them take Maxim hostage. 2. Mako hacks their servers and exposes everything they do behind closed doors, and I mean everything. 3. People see their secrets and chaos ensues. 4. We leave no one behind. Victoria and Paloma get in and save Maxim. This allows us to move into the next phase. Save Maxim. 5. Now Alvaro and Kelly can open the vault. And all the gold inside is ours. But the game is far from over. They have hidden money throughout the island. Get it back. This is your mission now.
action here as the rest of the team looks to play from high to low. The Groza is going to be no, it's not going to be picked up. This is looking for any option to get on to this area. He sees Sop climbing up the stairs, but they've got no grenades, so they have to play this slow. He gets shot in the back once. The shotguns are coming through, and they have to clear up shop. Unfortunately, it's going to be another one getting hit by AWM as everybody's getting thirded, looking to hold this tower. It is a bloody mess as they claw SAF only take one casualty with 2 knocks on their side, maximizing each one of these games from kills to their position points. But for X-Men here, looking to fight back against Nox. They dropped down the blue wall. They know that they're trying to creep out around him, but they are making sure that they're setting up the structures, setting up their cover with the blue wall to ensure that that left flank is going to be cleared as they look to mow them down one by one, high to low. They got the headshots moving through. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 2. Logan finds an opportunity, and he takes full advantage of it. Manages to get the heal, 34 HP, but it's not going to. But it's going to stop the regeneration here. The rest of his team is pulling on through, and it looks like it's a 1v1. Can they secure this kill? It could be a full squad.
Once they're kind of being pushed against the wall, they are 1 against all. So they have to be really careful, and they have to watch out for where the opponent really is. But the good thing is, it does seem like we do have a couple of members coming in from Baby Argo that managed to come in right in the nick of time to be able to help their friends. Bella is just going to be getting a kill right on to Cobra, but unfortunately immediately got backstabbed, and the execution is down coming in from Jabat. Phoenix is still trying to look for the prime opportunity to be able to get a kill right down onto the last member of Eclipse, and it does seem like they are able. Legend Rumble have decided to open fire against the opponent's side. Raw Squad is now receiving a couple of flag from LCMI Bosco, and things may turn out to be going haywire now, because Raw Squad, they really need to climb up this ridge as soon as possible. They're just working on a one-way approach to get themselves up onto the ridge. They're not really looking at wrapping around the area just so that they will be able to get that knockdown, or rather even trying to backstab the opponent's side at all. Zuxon is going to be the one that's just going to be finding himself in a little bit of an issue, but unfortunately for Force, he's just going to go straight down. Raw Squad is still looking to be pretty a-okay. Bosco themselves going down over and over again. Special Army M1 on the flip side is just going to be taken down. Bosco taken down by mine as well. So Bosco, with so many things and so many things that they have to look at, too many angles to be watching, because we have another team that is just coming in closer and closer to them, coming in the form of Hunt to Get, if I'm not.
Auto knockout. Shura gets a kill out of the screen, and Skyzo. Circle streaking in. They have to move quick, but Forest Man 1 will be spraying down to the members of the Eclipse. Skyzo will get dropped down. Another member of Eclipse will be dropping down. Abella is the one-man sole survivor of this team. Manchai will get dropped down, but I don't think he'll get picked up because the storm hurts a lot. I mean, a lot. Abella will get taken down instantly by Manchai, and they are just by a little. Shura will be holding the sniper as soon as he pops out, but he just misses the timing right now. Bayet is going to be pushing in with the glow balls right now. Shura jumping down. They're going to be going for an aggressive push, but right now, oh my god, the grenade gets out to Shura. Right now, Legend Rumble, baby. This is going mayhem for X-Men. You're beginning onto Legend Rumble. Legend Rumble will get the kill onto poor X-Men and poor X-Men. Eventually, look at the Booyah. He gets the kill onto the auto knockout, and yes, they will. Good kick keeps strike going on for us, for the side of Eclipse, and Kachik has to be really careful. He gets shot out, and right now Glow being popped out just in the nick of time, and 30 HP left. Glow being sprayed down. Force will get taken out by Skyzo. Right now, all is left to Kachik. Kachik popping on the Glow, attempting for the push, trying to get into those compounds, but Ravana Abella will be sprayed down onto the Glow Wall. Kachik dropping really low, but Glow Wall gets popped. We'll get a bit of chip of damage by Abella, and Abella will be chasing him with the shotgun. Grenade gets thrown down into the trailer. Glow wall being popped out, and right now Kachik is going for a very aggressive push with the shotgun, but Far Cry is going to be shooting Zeri from far away, and he'll get knocked. Oh my god, an exchange shot coming out from Eclipse, and gets the kill. Skyzo is just insane and gets another knock, and right now Bella will be knocked down. It's all love left to Skyzo. Right now, Skyzo is the only man alive, and let's say my boss Ku has the time to revive all his enemies, but all his teammates, sorry. Right now, Eclipse one man standing. He can't revive the
right into the middle of the absolute nowhere. This is the point of time where the battle of the glue walls is about to happen. Well, Mr. D coming in from auto knockout. The team have currently 3 kills. They need to bring more kills to their name. Hard to get. Currently with 10 kills. Ganza knocked down. Whiteface, a sliver of health. Batman, how about him? He's still alive. 5 kills to his name. He do have the dragon up. He really needs to find the perfect opportunity to be able to get a kill right down onto auto knockout. But currently with only 3 of them right down. One being down now in the hands of Batman. He goes down for the execution. He don't really care about the rest of the team coming in from Mirul as well as Mr. D. 1 versus 2. Could this be the point of time where Batman is able to clutch this 1 versus 2 game? This is hard to say. Where is the circle going to be coming in? Where is the circle going to be working on? But that grenade launcher is enough to get a knockout, and he rushes in. He rushes in to try to revive. And, oh.
The bank has 200 million in dirty money and more in secret stolen gold. And we will take it all back. 1. To get that.
Welcome back. So yeah, we have just gone through the series 1 and wow, what happened just now for Legend Rumble getting 60 total points. That is the highest from the day 1 League Stage 2 today. 60 points is 30 kills, right? Am I right? Oh no. They got 20 kills
points.
and then placement point. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 20 kills, right? Oh my god. 20 kills was like half of the teams, right? From Group A versus Group B.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, half of the people got
Yeah,
killed
because
by
there's about
them.
40. There's about 40
Yeah.
players in a match. 44? Yeah, 44 players
Yeah.
in the match. And they got
Around.
half the.
Yep. Sorry, yeah,
So-
44. They got half.
what happened there? Is that any tactic they use, or they are just purely lucky, or they are good in position? You know, what is that happening there, right there, Abstray and Donnelly?
Honestly, they managed to capitalize on people's mistakes, such as No Escape's mistake when they wanted to be aggressive against them. They didn't know about the fact that there is grenade launchers. In fact, most of the teams that they have encountered so far, they didn't expect the grenade launcher, and the grenade launcher was one of the main reason why Kai was managed to pick up quite a lot of kills. But ultimately, it was also their team fights, right? The team fights, they went straight in immediately, just trying to flush people out of buildings. They go for kills. They go for long range fights. It was the generic firing squad mechanism that they worked out in the watchtower, which eventually got them a huge amount of kills. You can see that they tried to replicate that in the previous game, but it didn't quite work out because no one came into their way. So I wouldn't say that it is entirely because they have a great shot whatsoever. Because if they had a great shot, obviously game number 2 they would have gotten more kills as well. But it's just the luck. People did not clash against them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the pressure as well, being in 13th place. If they didn't play well over the course of this weekend, there's a chance that they don't even make it to the top 12. So it could also be, that spur of the moment. This week we have to play well, guys. I think we're going to try something a little bit different. Let's do this. Let's play aggressive. And the fact that they got lucky, they got the grenade launchers, they knew what fights to take with it, and they just looked so comfortable every single time they went and looked for those kills. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play their next round. I don't believe we're going to see them in this because they were in group, they're in group A. So we'll see them after this next matchup.
Yeah, so they will be playing in the third series again later. But yeah, now we already have the overall standing. So I would really like to see if they are still at the ninth place because they were at 13 and then straight by one game they were like toing to number 9. And I'm like, wow, to number 9 already. Okay, so let's see the overall result right now where they are. Right, ladies and gentlemen, right here we have Baby Argon getting Booyah in the first series, Group A versus Group B. They got Booyah in Kalahari, 77 total points. And in Bermuda, we have Legend Rumble who got Booyah and 68 total points. This is crazy. They were par with Baby Argon, AV Elite, no escape. Legend Rumble suddenly from the lowest bracket jumped to the highest bracket and par with these teams now. Oh, that is like really unexpected. And AV Elite as well performed really well today with 58 points in total. In total placement point, they got 32. They are the highest in total placement point. I would say that is true because in these two games they were both at like second place and then the third place in the second. Second. Actually, both they got second place. They were just unlucky that they didn't get Booyah, but still they are still good because 58 is good enough for just 2 games. And no escape at number 4, 31 points. They are a little bit underperformed today too. For X-Men Esport, 30 points. AXA Dream Teams, 30 points. And then here we go to the second page. Eclipse, 27. And then Bloody Head, 21. LCMI Gregory, 13 in total. Genesis All-Star, 8 points. Supreme Assault Forces, 5 points. Well, ladies and gentlemen, overall standing right here, no escape 660, no escape. They really have to be alert because Hard to Get is not playing yet. Okay, they're gonna play in next series and their point, 582 versus 616. After do some math, it is not really far apart. It's just around 30 points. I believe Hard to Get is like 30 points, easy. Let's do it and get the first. Okay, so we have some fights right here. Gonna watch out from Hard to Get. And Baby Argon number 3 right now 558. Auto Knockout 518. For X-Men 500. AV Elite 429. Then we go to the next page. Raw Squad 394. Bloody Head 388. Legend Rumble. Congratulations. Stay still at number 9 today. In just one game, they make everything change. They turn the table from 13 to number 9 today. 385 points. And AXA Dream Team 363. Supreme Assault Forces 352. LCMI Bosku 351. And then LCMI Gregory, 334. Eclipse, 326. Special Army MY, 280. Genesis All-Star, 228. As we can see from page 2 to page 3, like number 8, from top 8 till top 13, they are not really quite far apart. They are just, everyone is in the 300 points, that area. So that is really some game on there because they really have to squeeze into top 12 today and tomorrow. So I am pretty excited to see how this brackets is gonna twist and turn later, just like Legend Rumble did. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back right here. And then, I would really like to pinpoint more of AV Elite, honestly. It's not only the Booyah and the kills that we really, focus on because Legend Rumble, they, as Abstract and Dynally say, probably is just more luck in that game. Like they started playing aggressively and they luckily just got so many kills. But let's say the consistent gameplay by AV Elite. What do you think about that? Is there any tactics or their teamwork is really good or their shooting is good or something in there that making them always at the top 3 in this kind of games, Abstract and Dynally?
I think that AV Elite has mostly been passive. They've mostly been pretty passive. They're not really interested in going for early game engagements whatsoever. They're only interested in fights. If they are in the circle, they know that they are safe and they start to see people over the distance or coming in close to them and they would want to gatekeep. That's kind of the thing that I would expect coming in from AV Elite. And they did well. They went like for game number 2, They went up to refinery. They are in a safe spot. They went for the gatekeeping process. They managed to kill a decent amount of players and teams as well during that process. And that was like literally the whole strategy that AV Elites wants. Go be safe, go into the circle and be safe. Only then be confident enough to get the kills. Because they would once they get kills means that they are pushing themselves up in terms of placement points. So there really is no reason for them to not pick up a fight because it boosts both their points, placements and kills.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everything that Abstract has said thus far. I'm a little bit worried because if you play like this as well, if you play passively, it also could be an indicator that the team's not confident in making some of those very high risk, high reward plays, right? They could have tried to play like Legend Rumble, but they chose not to. They decided to try and go for the safer route. So this could be them basically saying, okay, we don't know if we're going to be able to make some of those really crazy out there plays. Let's just do the safer option. Hide, don't expose yourselves, don't get knocked out early, because we've seen in the past AV Elite, they can make fantastic plays, but then they've also had days where they're the first team to get knocked out and they have no kill points under their name as well. So I don't blame them for making this kind of play, but I think in the final week, something has to give. You have to do something. You can't just sit there and let everything happen.
All right, understood. But might be I probably that is what their tactic as well. So like, sometimes they play actively and everyone was like, yeah, they are aggressive. So how, when we see AV Elite, what we should do? But AV Elite turns out to be like, oh, today I'm playing like passively, so you don't know what am I going to do, right? So I think that is some kind of play style too, because I saw some teams, they actually play like that as well. So instead of like Bloody Hate and Hard to Get, they both Philippines team, they usually got really aggressive in almost every game. So as AV Elite is a little bit more unexpected, I would say. So today as well, they actually performed pretty well because in terms of placement point, they got kind of a lot from there with total point of 58 today. So congratulations. And next up, we will be seeing Group B versus Group C. Group B, we still have AV Elite, AXA Dream Team for Philippines, Bloody Head as well. These three teams, they are pretty aggressive from Philippines. Genesis All-Star and No Escape are from Malaysia. They're going to play with another Philippines team as well, Supreme Assault Forces. And then in Group C, we have Auto Knockout, Raw Squad, LCMR Boss School, Hard to Get, and Special Army. So, what are you gonna expect in next? Because we are gonna play in Purgatory and Kalahari. It's not gonna be Bermuda. That is, most of the players, they feel very safe, very very easy to play. Purgatory and Kalahari are a little bit harder for, I think, almost all the players. So what do you think Auto Knockout and Hard to Get are going to perform in this two map? Is it gonna be aggressive, or they will be like, okay, let's watch out and just be careful?
I think for Hard to Get, right, their aggressiveness will only depend on one main factor. Whether they have gotten enough utilities when it comes to grenades, and most importantly, the grenade launcher. They're going to make their plays based on the grenade launcher. If they have the grenade launcher, they're going to go aggressive, hands down aggressive, because we've seen the power of, we've seen Shoyu going in 1 versus 3 before. His breaching tactics is great. And as long as Batman has got his frag grenades as well as the grenade launcher, the two of them can be a pretty strong duo. So it really depends on that specific power item. Grenade launchers makes plays.
Okay. Yeah. What about Danley? Do you have the same feeling?
I think it also depends on where everyone decides to drop. Because remember, Group B is mostly Filipino teams are sitting in Group B. And I think we'd have to just remember that if you're playing with the Filipinos, that normally the Filipino teams are very active. They look for kills. They don't really focus too much on placement points, although they have been a little bit more conservative lately. But I'm thinking a lot of the teams in Group C are going to make the most of this, because if you take a look at the difference between some of the teams in Group B versus C, the teams are very focused around their positioning, where they end up dropping, and trying to make the most of where they are. So a lot of the times they'll just try and snipe people that are running in from the edge of the circle. If they have a high ground, they will try and snipe from that high ground. And I think with experience from, I mean, you've got auto knockout, hard to get, and I'm even going to say raw squad. I'm going to add raw squad into this. These are three very aggressive teams. If they are in a good position to snipe you from the high ground, they will find you. And I'm not sure if the Filipino squads are going to be too happy about this because the Filipinos are supposed to be aggressive, not the Malaysian teams. So I think something has to give. If it's either the teams in Group B need to change up their play style, or Group C has to have an off day. But so far, we haven't seen these teams have an off day.
That's right. So now we are having in Purgatory and Kalahari between Group B versus Group C. Both of these teams, I would say, they have a lot of good players and good teams. So I expect we'll be relatively more aggressive, I would say, because of the players and the teams. But yeah, we really have to see what is going to happen more later. Maybe just as Abstract say, like hard to get, they really have to see what weapons they got. They got grenade and then they will execute really good. So I am actually surprised that grenade actually doing a lot since last week. You know, in week 3, grenade is everywhere. Then I'm like, wow, everyone is killing using grenade. Okay, so yeah, by the way, talking about grenade, we are going to see if Hard to Get is still executing grenade so well or not in this series. So ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to pass the screen to Abstract and Danielle for Series 2, Group B versus Group C. See you right there.
All right, folks, let's jump into the map. I do believe everyone's parachuting now, or I was told anyway. Yes? 10 seconds. All right, we're almost there.
Almost there. So we'll be looking at Purgatory first, and you guys know the standard. Purgatory, I'm expecting a lot of people to head down to Lumber Mill, head down to Fire Brigade and Central, and that is very likely where everyone is gonna be, right? So Central usually will have like 2 teams plus minus. Fire Brigade, 1 team plus minus, also something along the lines. But looking at the flight path, it's gonna be starting off in the southeastern side and cutting in all the way to the northern side, stopping right smack in the center. And that will only allow players to play around the northeastern side of the archipelago, not really by Marble Works, not by Quarry, Golf Course, or Mount Villa. So that means that we should be expecting more people by Brasilia area, right? That is what I'm expecting. The last thing that I saw was 2 teams heading over to the southern side of the archipelago. So very likely it's just Lumber Mill, Fire Brigade, Central gonna have a low amount of team fights potential. But in Brasilia and Forge, perhaps more.
Yeah, so towards the south, I do believe it was Raw Squad that actually managed to take over the island. I think No Escape, they were still deciding whether or not they were going to land down there or if they're going to land on the other side of the river. I didn't quite get to see where they ended up landing, so we'll take a look a little bit later. So far, yeah, we're not seeing any action. Looks like Special Army, they've decided to land a little bit further out to try and find a nice little safe to loot. And they have found a spot, so nice little spot as well. It's pretty high up, so they've got very good vantage point to see if there could be anyone towards the low ground, but they're more or less alone. So I don't think we're going to be seeing Special Army do anything special. Bloody Head, was that Bloody Head? I think it was Bloody Head. They're quite spread out.
I think that I can't exactly remember seeing it, but here's something new. LCM1 Bosque playing at the northern area, which is right below of Moat House. I haven't really quite seen people playing around this area before, and judging from the fact that they're just looting around the watchtower, kind of shows that they don't have a lot of equipment. They don't have like the equipment that they usually want to proceed with the game, and they're playing very, very safe as well, because not a lot of teams will head their way over to the northern side. Most people will be playing closer to the central, to Brasilia campsite, or perhaps even Forge, but they're just completely out of the way.
Yeah. Looks like everyone's more or less out of the way. We haven't seen anyone land in the same zones. They've just tried to get their own safe looting spots. So action, I think we're going to have to wait maybe 2 minutes till maybe we see anyone potentially go down. But Raw Squad, they've basically got all control over this southern island. I don't think No Escape landed down here at all. I think they landed on the other side, so we're not going to see any action down there. But so far, looks like we are going to have some here. Genesis actually trying to engage into Hard to Get. This would be fantastic if they could get a knockout here, but so far no one has gone down. We did get first blood though, and I do believe that was Dream Team that had a player eliminated.
Yes, you are right. AXA Dream Team with 1 man eliminated make that 2. The second member coming in from AXA Dream Team has been knocked down, not yet executed, but we can expect it to happen. Probably because on the other side of the map, it is being used as a form of bait. Now, Hard to Get is at the somewhere in the central of Brasilia. We're expecting them to be coming into contact against Genesis All-Stars. We don't really know exactly how it's gonna be like because Genesis All-Stars with that shotgun in the face of one member of Hard to Get, and that is going to be coming in the form of Void Base. Bloody Heads go in aggressive again. Mark with the AK getting a kill onto Cal. I think Bloody Heads has really been active in the early stages of the game since game number 1 as well, and they're just rolling it through onto LCMI Bosco as well. Mark is doing pretty darn well.
Eliminated Bosku right off the bat. The game has just started, and I don't believe they managed to get any kills under their belt as well, so that's going to be such a shame to not only die first, but not even grab a kill.
Indeed. I think that Bloody Heads, they kind of know that they are in the danger zone because anytime Legend Rumble could just catch up to them. So they really have to get their game up. They really have to get more kills to the name as much as possible. And in the meantime, we're looking at Genesis All-Stars trying to be a little bit cocky now. They're getting in closer and closer over to Hard to Get. They're interested in getting the kills here and there. Perhaps it could be a good thing, right? It could perhaps be a good thing that they are able to eliminate Hard to Get, but you know, things may go completely out of hand like this right now. Because Ganza is going to be on the other side of the wall. Unfortunately, currently with a slip of health with 10 HP, Ganza really trying to make the best out of everything that he has. But here we have Shira popping out, getting a decent amount of damage right on the feet. 20. Shira jumps out of the wall, tries to get a kill onto Fex. But unfortunately, Fex is going to be the one that brings him down. Mie gets an avenging frag onto the other members coming in from Hard to Get, but here we have another part. All-Stars opening fire right on Batman, but Batman is just going to be putting himself behind the wall. Nothing is just going to be connected just yet. Genesis All-Stars, 2 men remaining. How about Hard to Get though? Hard to Get seems like it is going to be a 2 versus 2 right now. Hard to Get is trying to look for a sandwiching action right onto the rest of the member coming in from Genesis All-Stars. 2 versus 2, Star and Mie versus Batman as well. As I can't really see who was the other guy here, but ultimately Genesis All-Stars are going to be kept within this small little house, and they're just going to be waiting for the perfect opportunity to be opening fire onto the members of Hard to Get. If they are able to bring down Hard to Get, that is going to bring down the attention that is going to bring down the opportunity for Hard to Get to even catch up to No Escape. So, you know, No Escape should really thank Genesis All-Stars here.
This is such a ballsy play from Genesis as well to engage into a team such as Hard to Get, but also huge cripple as well because Hard to Get, you can see the team normally excels when they manage to put members alive. Oh, for the okay, all right. Shut down. Well,
now that was a big mistake. That was a very big mistake coming from Genesis All-Stars. It's been very long since I've last seen something like this, whereby they take out their melee weapons, they pop up their DJ, and they just want to get themselves from places to places faster. Yes, granted, you have increased movement speed, but you know, in occasions like this, where you know that you are not alone and you have managed to get a two-man eliminate onto Hard to Get, this is not the point of time that you want to pull out your melee weapon and try to go for a movement speed a boost to run to another place. You should always be cautious, and that could very possibly be the reason why Genesis All-Stars has been eliminated in the early stages of the game for quite a bit now, because they are hanging around at the lower parts of the leaderboards with a great amount of points to lead up, which is like a 60-point deficit if I'm not wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if it is this kind of mistakes that have been bringing them down.
Yeah, it just seems like sometimes they don't really know when to back off. They think they have to commit, but they go a little bit too far. Looks like Bloody Head, they're going to be losing one there. Oh, actually, Supreme Assault Force is actually going to be dropping one of their members as well. Judge all alone. It looks like he's probably going to get knocked out because no members are nearby. And Bloody Head are now going to be down left with 3 members. Pogs, Marks, and I want to know, is this Blink or Blank? I think it's Blank.
It could be Blank. Yeah, it kind of sounds about right. Blank. Yeah. It sounds like Blank. Because whenever you take out a vowel from the name, it is just blunk.
Yeah.
Blunk.
It could be
blunk. I don't know. But for now, Yeah, we can just standardize it. We'll just call him blank for now. We'll just call him
It's
blank.
fine.
And in the meantime, it does seem like we have a couple of firing. We do have Shura trying to fill his opponents up with holes, but unfortunately, none of the lead is going to be absorbed by the bodies of his opponent just yet. In the meantime, Bloody Heads is just going to be receiving quite a bit of that assault movements coming in from Bloody Heads. They are going to be very, very aggressive and just going to be rushing right onto Supreme Assault Forces. And I think that spells the doom of Supreme Assault Forces because they are only left with one member remaining. One tap is now knocked down. They're just left with a single member alive. And this last member have to get himself away as soon as possible. And that last member seems to be McRory, only to be shot down by Mark.
Auto knockout,
coming in
I
from
believe.
Bloody Head.
Was it Bloody Head? I thought Auto
I think
knockout
Auto
managed to
knockout
get a drop as well.
I think it was Auto Knockout that got the knockdown on another members. I'm not too sure actually. I didn't quite see that, but the last thing I remember was seeing that Mark gotten the execution kill onto McRory. It's either the execution kill or a knockdown. Either way, we have something. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought a piece is going to go for the melee against someone else, but apparently it is Rain that is just hiding behind the wall. I don't know about that. But either way, no escape. Currently with 3 kills, they're just hanging around, but they won't be alone any much longer. They won't be alone for long because we have the Tigers that will be coming in real soon. Auto knockout is just right around the corner.
Just a question, is your stream frozen as well?
Yes, it is.
For
for a second, for a second, for a second, I was just kind of expecting something to happen, and I'm just like, why is Rain not moving? Okay,
All right,
let's jump right in. Let's jump right in. Just jump right in.
Oh, hang on. All right,
Let's jump right out.
Get this sorted.
Yep.
Don't mind us.
A little bit of technical difficulties. Don't mind us. Don't mind anything that has happened. We're just going to give you a visual simulation by saying that perhaps Auto Knockout is going to be knocking out No Escape because No Escape is only 3 men while Auto Knockout is at 4. It is all rhetorical. Yeah. Yeah, and then now Auto Knockout is stuck in the building, and then another team comes in to Voucher, and then they go for the Voucher, Auto Knockout gets eliminated, and then they get stuck in the building, and then... Okay, I'm enough. I'm done.
We'll find out in a minute what happens.
Yep. We'll find out. Toby is going to be opening fire against the members that are coming in. That is Special Army MY. Does like Toby is doing pretty decently well. He's trying to run in and out, but none of the shots are landing on Toby. But his shotguns, oh man, the P90 was the ultimate doom of Toby in the end. But he did pretty darn well. Not gonna lie, he did really well. He juked past his enemies. He knocked down one, almost knocked down the other one as well. But throughout the adrenaline, it was tough to make a decision.
Yeah, and in situations like that, you just got to be squarely, get a kill before you die. If you can grab a kill before you die, that's a huge win for your team because at least you didn't die in vain. But that's going to be it. We take a look at Bloody Head here. We've got 2 members alive as they continue to try and survive. No one's nearby, so it looks like so far they're going to be safe. There's no way that they can get pinned in by any of the other teams that are currently alive. For anyone that's just tuning in, we have 15 players surviving and only 5 teams remaining. Hard to get sitting on 2 members. Also, Bloody Head sitting on 2 members. Raw Squad, are they sitting on a full roster? Yeah, so Raw Squad is sitting on a full roster. Auto Knockout only sitting on 3 members. And Special Army MY, they've actually managed to survive with 4 members as well.
I think that this game is going to be the fastest game that we have seen because the circle is still huge. We're still on the shrinkage of the second circle, and we are left with 5 teams. This is new.
Yeah. Although, looking at the positions, I'm actually really worried for everyone that isn't Raw Squad, because look at where Raw Squad are positioned. They are on the high ground. They have a huge advantage because they have all this vision over everybody. And to actually, there's no one that can actually engage into Raw Squad, because to get up there, you need to expose yourself. So unless the circle is going to be in their advantage, which it looks like so far, no one is in the new circle except for Auto Knockouts. So everyone's going to have to move. Raw Squad will have to get away from their vantage point. Big win, I think, actually. Oh, hard to get.
Actually, yeah. That is very bold. They have exposed the position. Raw Squad is in a great place because, like you said, they are on a vantage point. They can see everyone and they can see everything, and they are really close to the circle as well. They can make their way into the circle at the very last second, and it wouldn't be a problem at all. They can take the opportunity to be to gatekeep whoever is trying to enter the circle, and that does seem like the only team that they can gatekeep on is going to be hard to get. So it is safe to assume that hard to get is going to be in a very bad spot right now. There's really nowhere they can go.
Knocked out. Yeah, it might end up being the 5th team in this match. We'll find out in a minute though as the circle starts to get smaller. We've got 14 seconds, folks, and then we're going to start seeing everyone move. We're looking at Bloody Head here. They are right next to, I believe that is that Special Army MY? Yeah, Special Army.
Yeah, Special Army MY. It is a full squad of Special Army MY that is facing against Bloody Heads. Unfortunately with only 2 of their men alive, but it is going to be Pogs as well as Mark though. So the 2 of them can definitely do miracle. They can definitely do wonders. But the question is, I don't think that they have the grenade launcher on them at all. So it is rather unfortunate. I don't think that we will be able to see quite much. But Mark, yo, his movement is fast. He was fast. He immediately picked up his gun, immediately turned around and get a shot down on the members coming in from Special Army MY. And now they're gatekeeping against Special Army MY because they don't even have to wait for anything at all. They are within the circle. They have to be waiting for the perfect opportunity for Special Army MY to be running out of their house. They know exactly that Special Army is out there. And now Jabat is going to be low in HP with 10, 11, and he managed to survive with just a sliver of health. But unfortunately, the only way they can get out of this is just constantly healing. I don't think that is going to get him anywhere, to be honest. He cooks up the grenade. Mark cooks up the grenade. Is not gonna land on anyone just yet. Ooh. And kaboom! Double shot coming in. Mark has cooked the grenade well. And now it's gonna be left with Jabat now. Jabat with a sliver of health. They are somewhere outside inside of the circle, but Mark finds the opportunity and he knew that there is no way that Special Army MY can even get out of it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I meant by the miracle play that Bloody Heads is able to bring out.
They were in such a good spot as well. Their house was within the circle to begin with, and it was Special Army that had to move in. And thus, I don't think they actually knew Bloody Head were in the building at all, so they had a bit of a shock. They had a member drop right off at the beginning. And 5 seconds again until the circle gets smaller. We're down to 3 teams. 9 players are alive. 2 Raw Squad, 2 Bloody Head, and 3 Auto Knockout. Am I missing somebody?
What happened to Raw? Okay, yeah, no,
okay, no,
that's all.
4.
So,
is it 4?
Yeah, still, for some reason, Raw Squad is kind of... Oh, okay, yeah. They were kind of moving in a pair just now. So that kind of confused me for a bit. And now Zusen finds himself in a position whereby he's being pinned down to the back with his back against the wall by Mark. And just going to be immediately jumping into the house, missing all his shotgun shots. But Zusen opens up with the glue wall. He gets himself out of the building as soon as possible because now the rest of the members coming from Raw Squad is just going to be infiltrating the building, and Bloody Head unfortunately has been eliminated because the overflow of members coming in from Raw Squad was a little bit too much for Bloody Heads to even handle. So now 1 versus 1 now. Raw Squad with a full squad. They are very, very healthy, while Auto Knockout, they have 2 members remaining, if I'm not wrong. But they are holding around at the side of the at the extremity of the circle. All 3 of them is holding out in different points of the circle. They are forming a Bermuda triangle right in the center of the circle, which is really interesting to see. But that also means that if one of the members coming from Auto Knockout has been knocked down, there really isn't any way for them to help each other. This is a moment where it is kind of like all man to themselves kind of situation. But luckily for them, Auto Knockout has been making things right because they have split up. They're split up. They have every single angle of where Raw Squad is. There is no way that Raw Squad can even get out of the sights of Auto Knockout because of the amount of blind spots that they have. They have 2 little blind spots. Auto Knockout has made full use of all of the angles and have flushed Raw Squad away. And just like that, Auto Knockout has managed to get himself with the win because of their optimal positioning in this game. Well played, Auto Knockout. Well played. That game was spelled out for them immediately.
their endgame decision making for that final circle was fantastic. Like as you said, they literally had a Bermuda triangle. They had players in all three angles of that final circle, and it was Raw Squad that had to be the ones to make that move to make it to that final circle. So as they're slowly trickling in, they're just getting shot from all angles. If auto knockout were clumped up, we could have seen something a little bit different. Maybe if someone from Raw Squad gets a spray in, gets a knockout, and someone from auto knockout, it could have been completely different. But if you spread out like that, I'm very sure there was a lot of confusion on Raw Squad to say, where are these shots coming from? We don't know who's shooting from where. So the positioning from auto knockout made that late game so much easier. And Raw Squad, I think you have to remember, it doesn't matter if you're 4 members alive, 3, 2, 1. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to strategy and also individual play. Can you make the plays to win the game? And auto knockout, they were thinking like winners.
Auto knockout, the thing that they did is also, I think what they're combating against is also the fact that, you know, there is a lot of unknowns within Raw Squad, because they don't know how much of the utilities that they have, like glue walls, grenade launchers, and even frag grenades itself. So if they spread out like that, the possibility of them getting completely knocked out because of grenade launchers is relatively lower, because they had to deal with one members after another member after another member. So it is great that they split up their forces, but it could also go horribly wrong if one person has been knocked out, and that would open up a funneling mechanism for Raw Squad to eventually run into the circle and completely flush auto knockout out. But luckily for them, they have great marksmanship. They were a great shot. They were a great shot just now, and they managed to completely eliminate Raw Squad out of the game, and they managed to get themselves the booyah, which landed them with a total of 38 points to themselves. Bloody Head with 35 points to themselves. So it's just a 3 points deficit. But auto knockout being at the top of the leaderboards pretty much means that they have the possibility to be able to catch up to Baby Argons, and that is what we are looking out for. Third place is going to be Raw Squad with 25 points. Hard to get with a total of 20 points. Rather unfortunate. I'm really looking forward to seeing how to getting himself more kills as well as booyah, just so that they can have that very tight fight against No Escape.
Absolutely. So towards the bottom, we have Special Army MY in 7th, AXA Dream Team in 8th, AV Elite, a bit of a disappointing performance in this series, unfortunately getting knocked out early and only getting 1 kill before being eliminated, followed by Genesis All-Stars and of course LCMY Bosku. This next match is going to be how do I just word this? A game changer, I suppose, because this is going to be the final match for teams in Group B. After this, they will not be playing any more matches, as the next series for today is going to be A versus C. They're going to have to wait for tomorrow if they want to play some more. And I have to say, if I was some of these teams in Group B and you've had a very average performance today, you've got to start panicking, because remember, A versus C is still going to happen. You are, unfortunately, this is going to be the sad reality, you will drop down now because you cannot redeem yourself with any more points for today. You're going to be basically putting your fate in these other teams' hands. Like, this is why, especially during the last day of a tournament, you need to make those big plays happen. It has to be risky. It has to be high reward. Yeah, you might get knocked out early, but at the end of the day, you got to die trying. Right? The worst feeling in the world is to play a tournament and to get knocked out and to feel that you didn't put enough effort in. So, of course, this is the final match for all the teams in Group B. C will be playing again versus A later on, but next map is going to be Kalahari, one of my favorites. I have no understanding as to why this is my favorite map, because for some reason I always seem to be casting Kalahari, so...
Yeah, always facing in the Kalahari. But ultimately, I think most of our eyes... Sorry?
Is it because I'm from Australia? Australia is not all desert. We actually have trees and bushes. It's not all sand. Come on, guys.
I'm pretty sure that we all know that the amount of greeneries that you guys have, judging from the amount of monstrosity of animals that you guys have, because of just random giant tarantulas and random, scary animals in Australia. That's like the stereotype in Australia, right? You guys have like the scariest animals there.
It's great. It's wonderful.
I don't know how to take that. It's wonderful. There's like two kinds of tone. It's wonderful. Australia is wonderful, but Australia is wonderful. Oh my god. But okay, back to the scoreboards, right? All of our eyes is gonna be on No Escape. No Escape, they really have to do something marvelous right now. They have to increase their gap. They have to increase the score between themselves and Hard to Get as far as possible. Because right now, the deficit is only at 28 points. 28 points! That is something that Hard to Get is able to catch up in just one game. And what can Hard to Get, they still have 2 more games after Group B and C. So, No Escape, they are really treading on dangerous waters. They are treading on Australia.
Dangerous sand. Because remember, it's Kalahari. Kalahari is not no. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I have to say the difference between Hard to Get and No Escape is tiny. But we also have to say another contributing factor is that, unfortunately, and I hate to say this, anyone that's cheering for No Escape, their performance today is really disappointing. It doesn't feel like a standard No Escape day, because usually they're high on the leaderboard, maybe their placement's low, but they're normally high in terms of kills, or they'll be high in terms of placement. But today, it just seems like nothing went their way, and I can't quite put my finger as to what's happened, if it's because they're trying to change strats, or if maybe one of the players is sick, because of course that's another factor. The last thing you want is to have a member on your team that might be having a headache, a stomach ache, anything to distract you from the game is going to influence your performance. So this is basically the last chance for No Escape to keep their first placements, because if it's not today, tomorrow has to be the day that they blow up in a good way, not a bad way.
Indeed. Hard to Get, knowing the performance, Hard to Get definitely has something in their sleeves. They definitely have what it takes to catch up to No Escape. Not gonna lie, I am kind of rooting for No Escape. I'm kind of rooting for Hard to Get, because No Escape has been hanging around in the first place for the longest time ever. If I'm not wrong, since day 1, week 1. And can you imagine the amount of adrenaline it hits every single viewer, caster, and player once the final day kicks in and Hard to Get catches up to No Escape and claims that first place? I think that is the perfect narrative. That is the perfect narrative to bring out.
Well, we're starting to see teams evolve and get better and start to figure each other out. They're finding out new places to drop, new strats, new places to move. And I feel like it's important, because what you see during week 1, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to end up being the results for the final week, because teams are going to be playing against each other consistently. And with all that practice and having all this knowledge of your opponents, it means that you have this knowledge to make yourself better. And we're starting to see that No Escape, before they seemed like a unstoppable force. It looked like they were just going to dominate the entire league. But now we're starting to see the cracks in their armor. They're a good team, but other teams are adapting quicker than No Escape is. So coming into this, if you're cheering for No Escape, you got to be thinking, oh, wait, okay, hang on. Something's not quite right here. Either No Escape isn't growing, or the other teams are just growing too fast.
I think it kind of goes both ways, right? It really goes both ways. Hard to Get, Hard to Get is just climbing up, and of course is just exploding. Their damage and the amount of kills that they have gotten for themselves was absolutely marvelous, and that is the main reason why they kind of caught up. And No Escape has been very consistent. I'm not gonna lie, they have been very, very consistent, and that is why they actually had a huge lead on top. They have a huge lead as compared to number 1 and number 2, and I can't remember who was number 2 back then. I think it was between Hard to Get and Auto Knockout. If I'm not wrong, it was still Hard to Get. But because of last week's game, I think it was like end of week 2. The amount of lead that No Escape have on top of Hard to Get or Auto Knockout was relatively high, like 80, somewhere there, like somewhere around 80 or even 100, somewhere there. And Hard to Get in week number 3, they just caught up. They caught up, and the lead has changed to 20 points or something, somewhere there. It was really high, and Hard to Get just caught up. And now the bigger part of the lead is between Hard to Get and Auto Knockout.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, 2nd and 3rd was occupied by 4 X-Men. I know 4 X-Men were 2nd, I believe, during week 2, and then Baby Argon either were 3rd or 4th, if my memory serves me well. Sometimes it doesn't, so don't believe everything that I say. But yeah, actually speaking of some of those teams I mentioned, Baby Argon, they've been up there, they've been doing pretty decently. I'm actually quite surprised that Baby Argon's managed to remain so consistent. Yes, they're not that close to first place, but they have managed to remain in the top 6, which is the most important. The team I'm worried about actually is 4X-Men, because I thought 4X-Men were going to play much better as the weeks went on, because they relied a lot on placement points. Yeah, their kills were kind of lacking, but they were pretty consistent in most of their matches. But now we're starting to see them just sort of fall behind. They haven't been able to really catch up, and even for the games that we saw just now, they haven't secured any booyahs yet. So, of course, this is going to be for the next series, but if you're cheering for 4X-Men, you're also going to be thinking, okay, guys, something has to change. There's a lot of teams that are now struggling during the later weeks that did very well during the first week. And I'm not sure if it's down to teams not knowing their strats, or maybe the players just having a better day. There's a lot of things that we don't know about because the teams don't want to tell you about it. But yeah, it's honestly, I love watching the teams evolve and grow, because you start seeing, okay, which teams are good at adapting and which teams are good when they have the benefit of the not dark horse. It's like the benefit of having secrets. Like when you go into a tournament and teams know nothing about you.
All right. So, well, ultimately, like I said, no escape. They have been consistent. Hard to get. They are becoming stronger. Auto knockout becoming stronger as well. Baby Argon consistent, but for X-Men though, for X-Men is the only one that I would dare to say that they are plunging into a dark hole. They haven't been doing well at all. They have been knocked out pretty early into the games. They haven't really gotten themselves with a decent amount of booyahs, because a lot of teams have been snagging all the booyahs away, and the booyahs has been stagnant for a long time. So I really want to start seeing 4X-Men Esports becoming strong in the next bracket, in the next bracket for A versus C.
Yeah. So it looks like we're actually parachuting now. So let's jump into our second match between B versus C. This is Kalahari for anyone that's just tuning in. We just finished a match on Purgatory. And of course, final game of our B versus C matchup. And let's see where everyone ends up dropping. Here's the map. Oop, looks like we're going to be starting from the east and flying to the west.
East to the west. That means that we wouldn't expect a lot of people hanging around by the sub, or perhaps even the mammoth. A lot of players are now in the northern side of the map, and we are expecting a good amount of players to be occupying the lot in Foundation, I think. We have LCMI Bosku somewhere in Foundation, and it does seem like Eclipse is flying their way up to the other side of Old Hampton. I'm not too sure, but somewhere there, right? Somewhere there. I'm expecting that LCMI Bosku will be meeting up with someone soon. And here we have a fight between Raw Squad as well as Bloody Hands. Bloody Hands is always meeting people in the early game. It's always meeting people in the early game. I don't know if whether they're stalking other teams or people are just unfortunate / fortunate to keep landing with Bloody Hands.
I think that was a bit of an unfortunate play there for Pugs. Yep.
I'm not too sure why he did exactly what he did. I don't know why he ran out of there trying to, deal with something. I don't know. But once he gets a knockdown, he shouldn't have ran out like that. He should be using that body as somewhat a bait. If he's not gonna use that as a bait, then just hold on and just wait for your teammates to be able to cover to provide some covering fire, because he just ran out from absolutely nowhere and rendered that knockdown completely useless while handicapping your own team as well. So that was not a good play by Bloody Hands at all. While Raw Squad have gotten themselves with 2 easy kills to their name already.
Yeah, Bloody Head, I'm surprised they're sticking around. I think after that failed engagement, they actually want to try and get out of there, because Raw Squad, they've lost nobody. They almost got Q, but Bloody Head, they're already down 2 members. I think at this rate, you got to be thinking, okay, what do we focus on? Do we focus on kill points, or do we focus on placement? Bloody Head, I have to say they're ballsy. They're still sticking around. It's either because they think they can't get out, or they think they can get a quick kill and get out of there. But this is Raw Squad, though. You have to consider Raw Squad's been so consistent lately. Oh, there we go. There's the drop onto Blank.
My. Things are starting to get a little bit tough for Bloody Heads. This is something a little bit more surprising, right? Because we are used to and expecting to see a lot more games and kills coming in from Bloody Heads. But here we have Bloody Heads completely annihilated by Raw Squad. They still have, I believe that Bloody Heads still have 1 man remaining, but yielding 3 kills over to Raw Squad in this early stage, such an early stage of the game is rather surprising. But we cannot discount the fact that Mark will not be able to do anything because he is still a pretty strong player after all. If he's just going to be standing by the watchtower here, and I believe if I'm seeing it right, it does seem like he has an SKS on his back. If he lands his shots right, he should be able to clinch like 1 or 2 kills for himself before he goes down. So at least bring someone else down with you is something that Mark would do.
Yeah, that's the dream, but of course it also depends on positioning and if he can get the shots in, right? Like even if he gets the shots in, there's always going to be the possibility of missing, and you go down with no kills, and that's going to be the entire team down. But luckily, at least he did peel away from the rest of his team, so there is going to be another day for Bloody Head to possibly just focus on getting those placement points. You have an engagement here, though, between Genesis. Oh dear, Genesis, are you going to be able to get these kills onto Boss? Because that's going to be 2 down for Genesis. Boss is actually looking very good so far. Star actually going to try and look for this next kill here. Very low member on the side of Bosque, still trying to run around the building. Star, the last remaining member of the team, still looking for that kill. Can he get it though? He's on the roof. He can't quite get the angle. And now all alone, I think he's going to get pincered in a minute. Oh, hang on, his vision. It turns around. Can't quite get it. He's poor Star. And he goes down. Genesis.
Shut down.
It has come to the point that Genesis All-Stars really just doesn't have really good decision making at all, right? They are struggling in a lot of team fights. They're really struggling in a lot of team fights. Once it comes down to the point that they had to make a decision, they just kind of go all over the place. I'm not too sure if you are on me with this, but they can get decent shots in, and they can be good at calling people out and getting the kill on them. But once people comes in too close for their comfort, they just go absolutely maniac.
Yeah, it seems that way. I think I said this during the last game. It almost seems like Genesis, when they commit to an engagement, they fully commit. As in, they give themselves no options to possibly get out with one member remaining. Although Mark, in the meantime, gets a drop there onto Boo. So nice little play to actually try and put some damage there into Raw Squad. And a second knockout! Oh my god,
That is exactly
Mark.
what I was talking about.
He couldn't
Exactly
get the
what I was
kills, though,
talking
and
about.
He's got no angle, so they will be able to at least get 2 members back up. I think Boo might be able to survive here. No. Wait. Oh,
That is his
knockdown!
Q down first. And now Yoon is going to be the last man remaining from Raw Squad. In fact, I was expecting him to be able to get 2 knockdowns or 2 kills. I didn't expect him to get a full team wipe, or rather 3 kills. If he managed to do that, he have already exceeded my expectations. And do note, my expectations is expecting him to solo a squad and getting himself 2 kills from that. Is already above any kind of expectations I have from other players. Because usually I would just be like, yeah, this player can just gun and go for the placements. Something that you will hear from me very often. And in fact, this is my first time to say, this guy can kill 2 guys. This guy can kill 2 other players, even as a solo. That's how good I feel Mark is. When it comes to putting Batman versus Mark together, I would say that Mark definitely have a chance. In fact, maybe Mark is better than Batman even.
It's kind of hard to say, like a side-by-side comparison, right? I think, if anything, I think Batman plays so well because he's got phenomenal backup behind him. Like, his team knows how to play around him, so maybe that's also a reason why Batman plays so well. His team sets up for him, and he's able to just get those fantastic headshots in.
Indeed. I mean, yeah, Batman has been playing. Is the way that he plays, like his playstyle is definitely solo, but his team comes to back him up. I think that is kind of where things starts to get a little bit different, because Mark, he is also a very solo style player, and there are times where he just cleans things up before anything happens, or he gets cleaned up before his teammates come over. So I would say that the difference is really teamwork already. Bloody Heads doesn't have that kind of optimal teamwork as Hard to get half. But when it comes to mechanical skills, Mark and Batman could be on par.
Could be. Well, we'll have to see if we ever see a Batman versus Mark matchup. It would be really good if we could, just to see, you know, who at the end of the day is the better player. But today, it's not going to be the day as of yet. As Auto Knockout, they have all 4 members alive. And do they know Mark is there? It looks like they do.
Waiting for the perfect opportunity for Shura to jump right in onto Mark, but things... Oh, okay. I was expecting that Mark would have been able to get a kill on the Shura, but I didn't see Mirul coming in from anywhere. I did not expect to see Mirul coming out, but hey, in the end, Mark still exceeded my... Mark still met my expectations, which is to kill 2 person before he dies, and that is exactly what he did. Good job, Mark.
Well, he's done it.
Good job.
Fantastic job, Mark. But that means Bloodyhead is now going to be eliminated, unfortunately. So they will be sitting in 10th place as we have 9 teams remaining and 32 players alive as we see CMY Bosku sitting with 4 members alive. Just going to be running into the bayfront just to continue looting. There's no one nearby, so no danger for them as of yet. We do have Supreme Assault Force here, also with 4 members alive. Looks like I see a little bit of damage over there in the distance. I can't quite tell who that is, but everyone is still looking for blood.
All of them are bloodthirsty. The new circle has now been exposed to the players. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, Hard to Get has been getting 0 kills so far? They're playing too passively for my liking. Raw Squad is now eliminated by Special Army MY. LCMY Bosku currently with the kill, which are the kill leaders right now. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity for Hard to Get to just jump in. I mean, it is still fine, right? Because there's still a lot of, well, food for Hard to Get. Even if they didn't go for the early stage kills, early stage fights, when it comes to the later stage, they can definitely rack up some good kills. And if they are like let's say third place, and they got themselves first place, managed to eliminate the players from the other 2 teams, that is equivalent to like 8 points and 8 kills, and that's 16 points, and that is more than enough for them to catch up to No Escape, plus the 20 points from placements. So it kind of makes sense, right? It definitely makes sense.
We got 3 teams in the neighborhood. I don't know if there's enough space for all of these teams. Someone is going to be eliminated, and oh god, Manti, he is trying to hide behind his glue wall. He's under fire. Can he find some place safe to hide? Looks like he's going to be able to just get into the building, and he's going to be fine for now, but shots were fired there from Hard to Get. They were looking to try and get their first down, but no luck as of yet. But of course, as you can see to the right side, Bosku hiding in the shadows, maybe looking to third party. I think, honestly, if you're Bosku, just look to third party. Just go in there, swoop in when they're fighting, and hope to God that maybe you're able to snatch a couple kills yourself. But it looks like Hard to Get. They know that Bosku's there as well.
This is the point of time where things are starting to get a little bit tough right now, because anyone who opens fire equals to a fight happening, and the nice cooked grenade coming from Batman. Look, this is exactly what I'm saying. As long as Batman has the grenade, he will go aggressive, and that is exactly what he did. Went in aggressive, threw in the grenade, immediately exploded in the face of the last member there.
Also, if you take a look at where the circle is going to be, Hard to Get is in such a good spot. They are just within that circle. So it's going to actually be Supreme Assault Force are going to have a difficult time coming into this next circle because they are on the outside and they are basically at the mercy of Bosku. And Hard to Get.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, so if they were to head over to the western side, then they will meet against LCMI Bosku. And that is kind of the point where they will be like, yeah, let's not take this route anymore. Let's head back, thread back, and try to, well, go into face against Hard to Get, because there are more buildings, and it's a lot easier for them to get closer to the circle. Because of the fact that, you know, Hard to Get is slightly more pushed into the circle, right? They are slightly closer to the center as compared to Team LCMI Bosku, which is literally at the edge of the circle. So I don't know what's going to be the choice, what's going to be the action, and what Supreme Assault Forces is going to do. Oh, sorry, not Supreme Assault Forces. I think Special Army MY? No. Special Army MY is on the other side of the map. Yeah, it is Supreme Assault Forces that I'm talking about. And now one of the members coming in from Supreme Assault Forces is just going to be eliminated and is followed by a complete annihilation of Supreme Assault Forces. And now Hard to Get is now going to be making their way into the closer end of the circle, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they were inside of the circle now because it is a new circle with 30 seconds left for them to make a move. Special Army MY is going to be one of the teams that is going to be remaining. AV Elites is going to be remaining as well. A lot of food for Hard to Get, as long as they play it safe. No, not safe, sorry. As long as they decide to go straight out and fight for it, they can definitely get a good amount of good amount of kills.
The grenade.
Rip Panda. Outsmarting the enemies.
The
As long as you have grenade, you make the dream work. Just make the dream work. You have the grenades, do everything that you can. Well played.
Man, AV Elite are actually having a game for this series. This is some good news for AV Elite. They really need these points moving forward. They're sitting on 6 kills and they're looking to at least make it to top 7 as long as they don't get knocked out here. Special Army MY, their last member alive is Minato. Unfortunately, he's going to die outside of the circle, and that's going to be AV Elite securing themselves 7 kills after that engagement. Maybe this is the time that AV Elite, they say, guys, we are not out yet. We still exist. We are here to take this game.
Yep, and now we have a lot of scary teams that is still in this, inside the circle with no escape, with 1 man remaining. Auto knockout have their sights onto AV Elites. Doesn't seem like doesn't seem like the shots has been taken just yet. None of the members coming from AV. Oh no! The grenade! It leaked past the window right before that glue wall is popped up. That was unfortunate, but funny at the same time. Batman with a quick grenade, almost getting his beat right over there. Red Panda with a shot down on Mr. D, a good knockdown, and then an execution. Yet another kill has been credited over to AV Elise. Auto Knockout finds himself in a really bad spot right now. I don't think that they will be able to get himself away from this situation while Zen is trying to run himself away, or rather trying to do anything that he can to get himself away. But the amount of lead, the amount of shots coming all over the place is just way too much for him to handle. Now Zen comes in, gets a shot down on the AV Elite, and the entirety of the AV Elite is gonna be eliminated, and so is No Escape gonna be. Shura, Miru, as well as Zen is gonna be the 3 men remaining coming in from Auto Knockout, as they are gonna be slowly making their way closer and closer into the center of the circle. Now they are gonna have to deal with a single member coming in from LCMY Bosku, and who is the last team remaining? There's still 1 more team remaining, and that is gonna be LCMY Bosku with a sliver of health. Yeah, a sliver of health. Cal can't get away from this, and just like that, completely eliminated. I didn't quite see what happened to Hard to Get though. I didn't quite see that. Well, Auto Knockout has gotten themselves 2 booyahs in a row.
Wow, Auto Knockout are on fire today, but I think another little winner here is actually LCMY Bosco. I didn't think that these guys would be able to get into 2nd place. I thought maybe they would have been knocked out earlier on, but these guys have been playing really well. They decided to focus on placement points. Of course, they did manage to get 7 kills on top of this as well, so not only do they get 2nd place for points, but also 14, I believe it's 14? Yeah, 14 points on top of that as well, so gotta be so happy if you're at LCMY Bosco because they played so well in this series. AV Elite, even though they ended up placing 5th, they managed to secure themselves a lot of kills this series. So luckily for them, they end up being 3rd with 28 points. Just 1 point over Hard to Get, who only got 12 points on top of the 15 they got from their placement points. No Escape, 5th place. It's all right,
no.
but 13 points and no kills on top of that. This is
good.
not... Yeah, it's really not that
Not
great.
Because No Escape, they are hanging in the 1st place, right? And Hard to Get is
they're done for
climbing
today.
closer. And No Escape is done for today, yeah. And Hard to Get still have 2 more games. While Auto Knockout, they also have another game to go. So Auto Knockout and Hard to Get can come closer and closer over to the points of what No Escape has. And in fact, there could be competition. Auto Knockout versus Hard to Get, because the amount of booyahs and the amount of points that they have been constantly getting, Auto Knockout has been very, very consistent. And I wouldn't be surprised if Auto Knockout were to be able to catch up to Hard to Get with that small amount of margin between, No Escape to Hard to Get to Auto Knockout. These 3 may very well be scrambling about by day 2. Honestly, I really think that's what's going to happen. But it really depends on how Hard to Get is going to play for the next game.
Yeah. And not just that, also for tomorrow's matches, at the end of the day, it could be, no escape. They've dominated the league up until this point, but then they finish the group stage and they end up third. They could end up fourth. There's a lot of things that can happen now because remember, this is the final week for points. Only the top 12 make it to the final. Yeah, you make it to top 12, but every position you go down on the leaderboard, you're losing $200 USD. Which is a big deal for these teams as well because, of course, it's not just the finals that you want to make, but also the prize money, right? Because some people are going to be like, oh, but people don't do esports for money. Well, people might not do esports for money, but you still need money to live. So that $200 is a big deal for these teams if they want to do esports full-time.
Indeed. And now, that is it. Goodbye to Group B. We will not be looking at them playing today. We will only see them tomorrow. And, well, we wish No Escape all the best. And we shall see how Hard to Get as well as Auto Knockout is going to be playing for the next round, which is going to be bracket A versus C after this short break.
The bank has 200 million in dirty money and more in secret stolen gold. And we will take it all back. 1. To get past bank security, we let them take Maxim hostage. 2. Mako hacks their servers and exposes everything they do behind closed doors, and I mean everything. 3. People see their secrets and chaos ensues. 4. We leave no one behind. Victoria and Paloma get in and save Maxim. This allows us to move into the next phase. Save Maxim. 5. Now Alvaro and Kelly can open the vault. And all the gold inside is ours. But the game is far from over. They have hidden money's Russell Island. Get it back. This is your mission now.
Action here. The rest of the team looks to play from high to low. The Graza is going to be no. It's not going to be picked up. This is looking for any option to get on to this area. He sees Sop climbing up the stairs, but they've got no grenades, so they have to play this slow. He gets shot in the back once. The shotguns are coming through, and they have to clear up jump. Unfortunately, it's going to be another one getting hit by AWM as everybody's getting thirded, looking to hold this tower. It is a bloody mess as they finally SAF only take one casualty with 2 knocks on their side. Maximizing each one of these games from kills to their position points. But for XBet here, looking to fight back against Nox. They dropped down the blue wall. They know that they're trying to creep out around him. But they are making sure that they're setting up the structures, setting up their cover with the blue wall to ensure that that left flank is going to be cleared as they look to clear mow them down one by one, high to low. They got the headshots moving through. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 2. Logan finds an opportunity and he takes full advantage of it. Manages to get the heal, 34 HP, but it's not going to. But it's going to stop the regeneration here. The rest of his team is pulling on through, and it looks like it's a 1v1. Can they secure this kill? It could be a full squad.
Once they're kind of being pushed against the wall, they are 1 against all. So they have to be really careful and they have to watch out for where the opponent really is. But the good thing is, it does seem like we do have a couple of members coming in from Baby Argo that managed to come in right in the nick of time to be able to help their friends. Abela is just going to be getting a kill right on to Cobra, but unfortunately immediately got backstabbed and the execution is down coming in from Jabat. Phoenix is still trying to look for the prime opportunity to be able to get a kill right down onto the last member of the Clips, and it does seem like they are able. Legend Rumble have decided to open fire against the opponent's side. Raw Squad is now receiving a couple of flag from LCMI Bosco, and things may turn out to be going haywire now, because Raw Squad, they really need to climb up this ridge as soon as possible. They're just working on a one-way approach to get themselves up onto the ridge. They're not really looking at wrapping around the area just so that they will be able to get that knockdown, or rather even trying to backstab the opponent's side at all. Zuxon is going to be the one that's going to be finding himself in a little bit of an issue, but unfortunately for Force, he's just going to go straight down. Raw Squad is still looking to be pretty a-okay. Bosco themselves going down over and over again. Special Army MY on the flip side is just going to be taken down. Bosco taken down by mine as well. So Bosco, with so many things that they have to look at, too many angles to be watching, because we have another team that is just coming in closer and closer to them, coming in the form of Hunt to Get, if I'm not.
Auto knockout. Shura gets a kill out of the screen, and Skyzo. Circle streaking in. They have to move quick, but Forestman once will be spraying down to the members of the Cliff. Skyzo will get dropped.
Hello, welcome back. Well, that's a little bit crazy and intense, even though the game are not like really intense in some terms, but I can see that Hard to Get is getting there, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm expecting something there for the overall ranking later. But yeah, we back to the overall score of AKO, Auto Knockout, and AV Elite. They are kind of consistent though, especially Auto Knockout. They have got like 2 booyahs in a row. What do you think about that, Abstract?
I mean, it sounds like an Auto Knockout thing. They have been strong in week number 2. In week number 3, they were kind of just, hanging around in the middle sections, but they were still pretty consistent in the middle sections. Not a lot of booyahs from what I remember, but week number 2, they were indeed pretty strong. So it kind of seems like even number is kind of their thing.
Okay.
That sounds like some superstition kind of stuff.
you know those Chinese, we always say that. Oh, this number is for me,
Well, I can
Yeah,
say
so
Lucky
what about you
number
guys?
is 1, is 2 and 4.
I
two
think
and four,
maybe
2
for
and 4.
everyone- I
Okay,
think
sorry,
for everyone,
Daniel.
2020 has not been kind to all of us, though. So 2020 is not a lucky number. Anyway,
Definitely is now another Chinese too. Welcome.
I might be soon. But speaking of auto knockout, it really just feels like, especially towards the end of the league, they're really just coming on form as a team. To start the final week with 2 booyahs back to back for themselves, they've got to be so proud of themselves, not only for the points, but also their performance as a team. Their teamwork is on point. I'm still gonna have to say their first game of their series, beautiful end game production, execution. Right, I loved that. Abstract, you put it perfectly. I love that Bermuda Triangle formation. I think most teams wouldn't think of it that way, but the fact that they think ahead when they play their games, I think that's just such a big contributing factor as to how they perform in these upcoming matches. So auto knockout, I think especially with how they play today, they might even take first place away from No Escape. It might not be Hard to Get. It could be auto knockout if they continue to just get these booyahs.
Yeah. So seems like No Escape is not only challenging, cracking the head, by only Hard to Get now. Auto Knockout as well is one of the challenge to them. Let's see. So what about can you give me I'm pretty exciting to know about this. Can you give me a guess that is Auto Knockout or Hard to Get is getting ahead right now?
Oh, you mean
Abstract
right now?
first? Yeah, it is someone is getting the first place for overall ranking, or No
Overall,
Escape is
like the latest ranking right now, right?
Yeah. We already have the overall ranking, but I have no idea what's the result.
Okay.
It's just I really want you all to get it. Yeah.
Okay, no change. I will still say no change. It is still going to be No Escape, Hard to Get, as well as Auto Knockout. But for No Escape as well as Hard to Get, I think that their score deficit is going to be somewhere around the 10 regions, like maybe 10 to 15. And for hard to get and auto knockout, I'm expecting the deficit to be about 10 to 20, like about 15 to 20, somewhere around there. It's going to be very, very close. That is my prediction.
Okay, my prediction is right now hard to get are in first place. No Escape are in second, and Auto Knockout are about 20 points away from No Escape in third place.
Wow, that is very accurate.
guess.
So you have done some
Is it?
math, I guess. So,
I'm guessing.
yeah, but it's like no, I didn't do the math. But as my prediction, I guess, yeah, I think my prediction is almost same as Stanley. So why not we just look at the result, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go.
Oh no.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna be wrong. Am I wrong?
Just chill
my
with it.
God.
Oh, hold on. This is B versus C
Okay,
series
wait,
result. Okay. All right. Just
Sorry,
calm a little
I'm
bit,
out of
okay? You're all like, what?
I was be like, I got bamboozled.
That is epic. Well, yeah, it's a prank. But Auto Knockout, yeah, they just executed really well in that booyah. They got 2 booyah in a row. Impurgatory and Kalahari, congratulations. With total points, ladies and gentlemen, 676. Now as the highest, they even get over Hard to Get at the second, 47. That is pretty well done. And Bloody Hate, 43. Not bad. AV Elite, 34. Raw Squad, 34. LCMY Boss Crew, 32. Let's hate No Escape. Oh my god. I think this is the first time I see No Escape in the second page, ladies and gentlemen. That is really something unexpected. Even though No Escape, they didn't really get any booyah these days, but they are still able to get top 3, top 5 in the first page. Right now, they are at the 7 with 27 points. Suprema Self Forces coming behind 23. AXA Dream Team 20. Special Army MY 19. Genesis All Star 7. And then, here you go. Overall standing. No Escape.
Hey!
Wow. Okay.
They're still there. They're still there. It's all good.
Yeah, if it's just done a bet just now, I think Abstract got a lot of money from us. Everybody got it right. No Escape 643. Wow, it's still standing strong. That is really unexpected. But honestly, because Hard to Get is gonna play the last series, so yeah, it's hard to say. Hard to Get is hard to say at the moment. Because they are like, okay, they still have another 2 games with now standing 629. Auto Knockout 594, Baby Algon 558, 4X-Men Esport 500, AV Elite 463. AV Elite did really well today, standing at the 6th point right now. That is not easy. Let's go to the next page. Bloody Hate at 7. Wow, Bloody Hate was from last week. Bloody Hate was number 8. Okay, they got just 1 placement up. Okay, 7, and then Raw Squad 428 at number 8. Legend Rumble 385, AXA 383, Boss Crew 383, Supreme Self Forces 375. We can see like from top 9 till 12, they are only like 10 points away. Wow, okay. And then let's see the 13. Let's see how much they got. Okay, LCMI Gregory, 334. Unfortunately, they need to catch up a little bit. That's like 40 points ahead from 12. And then Eclipse, 326. Special Army, 299. Genesis All-Star, 235. Oh. Dun-dun, we are back here. Woo.
Okay, so I'm trying to do some math.
Okay.
I'm trying to do some math. Oh my gosh, it's so hard for me. Okay, so coming into this next series, if Hard to Get is going to take over No Escape, they need approximately, I'd say 20 to 30 points. I think more along 30 points to be safe. If Auto Knockout are going to take first place away from No Escape, they need to get about 50 points for this next series. So it's very doable for Hard to Get to take over No Escape. Auto Knockout have to play out of their minds if they want to take first.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I understand. But Auto Knockout is easily getting second place too in this case, right? Yeah, so
I actually think if Auto Knockout play average, they're gonna stay third.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So unless Auto Knockout they really executed like just now that 2 games, I think they are possible. Hard to get over Auto Knock. Oh, no escape. Okay, hard to get
That
more
is my
than no
prediction. That is my prediction.
Okay. You predict that, right? In the next 2 games, the final game, unless hard to get really underperform really bad. So there are chances for no escape to remain first place, right? Right, guys?
I don't think they're gonna underperform. I don't think
Yeah.
they will. I think they'll
That's
play
right.
great.
Yeah, I think How to Get will still do pretty well, right? But when it comes to the end of today, I dare say that How to Get will beat No Escape. They will take the first place, and then for No Escape as well as Auto Knockout, they should be very close in points, like maybe even 2 points or 5 points difference. And that is kind of tough to say who is going to be second or third, because at the point of time it doesn't really matter that much, because everyone is just going to be gunning for the first place either way.
Yeah, that's right. As I see, like if I am hard to get, honestly, because I'm gonna play with Group A. The difference between Group A and Group B, definitely Group B is much stronger in a way because their placement point and stuff like that. So now to hard to get probably much easier, but we really have to see how they can execute well in Bermuda and Kalahari, or they will be underperform. If they are really doing good, they are getting the first position. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm going to pass the screen to Caster, Abstract, and Danali for the last 2 games today. Let's booyah!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final series in today's games. Group A versus Group C here in Bermuda.
I love Bermuda. I'm just going to say that before we start. We had such a good match on our first map today on Bermuda, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the teams play in this in our final series of the day. And of course, for anyone that's just tuning in, we do have a couple teams that we have to keep an eye out on. Of course, Baby Argon is going to be a big team that you should be looking forward to. Legend Rumble, another team you need to be looking at. 4X-Men, maybe not playing quite up there compared to some of the other teams that have been performing today, but of course 4X-Men need to play well if they want to maintain their placement in the top 12. And then looking at Group C, of course, Auto Knockout, a huge favorite to take this series. Of course, hard to get, also a very big contender. And I think one of the underdogs, I'm going to have to call them underdogs, Raw Squad. I didn't expect Raw Squad to play this well up until this point, but they have been very consistent and also very aggressive.
Indeed. And now it is tough to say exactly who is going to be taking this game away, because anything and everything could happen. Perhaps we could even see Legends Rumble dominating with their grenade launchers once again. But we're just going to be focusing on all of our attention onto Sentosa, as it does seem like LCMY Bosku, or it's either LCMY Bosku or LCMY Gregory. I think it was Bosku, right? LCMY Bosku is going to be in Sentosa together with Special Army MY. Now, both of these teams, if they were to clash against each other, it would be tough to say exactly what is going to happen. Right, they're all the way at the southern side of Sentosa, and for LCMI Bosku in the heart of Sentosa, very likely they would just either meet up in the town or even right by the bridge. And if the fight by the bridge is going to happen, people from the main island is going to catch onto that and would keep onto the bridge, allowing absolutely no one to pass by the bridge.
Yeah, we've seen that play multiple times as well, just the gatekeeping on the bridge. It's such a difficult play to avoid as well, because you don't have the advantage if you're sitting on that bridge. You're basically at the mercy of whoever's on the shore. So as of now, it looks like we're not looking at anyone dying, as we have 10 teams still alive. No one's dead, no first blood. We're looking at LCMY Gregory so far. They have basically free reign over the mill. Over at the plantation, we have Eclipse, also rather free. There's no one around. This is a very peculiar Bermuda match, because our first Bermuda match was very action-packed right from minute 1, but we're looking at our second Bermuda game and it's very quiet.
This is a lot quieter, indeed. Probably because the previous game in Bermuda we have seen is, well, Bloody Heads. Bloody Heads is always finding themselves some early game fights, and I'm starting to believe that Bloody Head is always heading around, parachuting and looking for people to land with. And they're not really, they're not really individualistic, whereby they just want to find somewhere safe and farm items for themselves. They just want to go out for kills. So they see whoever is around the area. Yeah, let's all follow this team, loot around the buildings, and fight them fast. I believe that is their play, and I think it's smart. I really think it's smart. But sometimes things just don't go the way they want it to.
I kind of want to see where Legend Rumble are, because I actually expected that kind of play to come out from Legend Rumble, right? We saw them on the first match on Bermuda. They were basically looking for kills all over the map, and they did a fantastic job at it. They've got 20 kills in that first series. They played really well, but we're not seeing anyone die. It's a lot slower. Teams are focusing on their looting. I might also, another factor to consider as well, for anyone that might not know, Group B has a lot of the Filipino teams on it, and the Filipino meta is aggression, aggression, aggression. Look for kills, try and get those pickoffs before the final circle. Whereas the Malaysian style of Free Fire, it's much slower. Teams focus on placement points rather than getting those kill points, but of course, kill points collateral damage if you run into another team, right? So it might also just be the factor of the game's slower because we're watching a mostly Malaysian lobby. Although we could be seeing some action here as Baby Argon are going to actually run into Bosco here, but we'll have to see who manages to get the first shot off.
As Jabat is going to be running around Cape Town, both these Malaysian teams is going to come into contact real soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if all these Malaysian teams have kind of changed their playstyle to work according to how they want it to, and of course kind of adapt, blend in, and try to find ways to deal with the aggression / the passive gameplays. Like Hard to Get is starting to understand how the Malaysian teams plays and try to find ways to deal with the passiveness. Because if the opponent team is a little bit too passive, it is going to be very tough to be all out aggressive on them. And in the meantime, Baby Argon has found themselves with a little bit of drawing some damage, but two of the Baby Argon members have found themselves with a decent amount of knockdowns. Phoenix is going to be knocked down as well, and is completely isolated from the rest of the members coming from Baby Argon. Very likely, Phoenix is going to have a little bit of a tough choice, but it does seem like he's within building, so he should be pretty much A-okay for now. The rest of LCMI Bosco is just going to be wrapping around Cape Town, around the riverbank, and hopefully that they will be able to get themselves in a better position.
That was a very peculiar play coming out from Cal on the side of Bosco as well. He basically just sat next to the trash bin. He was right next to the door as well, so unless Baby Argon checked around the door, they wouldn't have seen him. But they turned around, they went back to the building as they did get caught under fire from Bosco. But he just got shot down for free. He just sat there holding his pen. I'm not sure if maybe he was lagging or if he was just there to provide vision. He could have been bait maybe as well. Maybe they could have picked some more Baby Argon off as they were killing him off. But very weird play, I have to say.
I agree. Like, I don't see him firing at anybody. He's just like kind of casually hanging there. He didn't really turn around. So he's just gotten all the rear damage to his spine, and it's just like, yeah, shoot me. Yeah, just kill me. I don't care anymore. Kind of situation. But we're just gonna move on from that one because it does seem like we have a little bit of an interesting encounter here in Pochinok again. Pochinok is always getting the attention of Free Fire players. A lot of people loves going over to Pochinok, and it rings true for the team here. Hard to Get auto knockout, and I think it was Raw Squad there as well. Not too sure who was the other team there, but there was 3 teams there. And they will only start firing if the circle is coming into a close and people start running around. Because I don't think that either of these teams are interested in moving about, or perhaps even to, draw any attention to themselves.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be a free bridge crossing here for Special Army. No one is gatekeeping the bridge, so they'll be able to safely head into the mainland, and there'll be no one to take them out. And of course, the game is still going. We haven't had any teams eliminated. We've just had the 1 death so far. on the side of Team Bosku. But aside from that, everyone is just playing very conservatively. Very safe plays coming out from all of these squads. But we could be seeing some engagements here. It really depends on whether they want to try and go for this or if they maybe just avoid that conflict. Because especially from groups A and C, it's very common to see the teams, it's like they'll catch vision of everyone and they'll just sort of, you know, put their hands up saying, don't shoot. If you don't shoot, we won't shoot. And they just sort of, you know, two cars passing by in the night. But we'll see if that happens. I do think we're going to be seeing bloodshed, as this is the final day for teams to get those points.
All of them will be thirsty for blood and points. So the the town of Porchnock is going to be absolutely insane, because we have witnessed, right? We have witnessed Special Army MY heading crossing the bridge, and right as you cross the bridge, you will come close to Porchnock. So as long as you just kind of hang around the area, you would know and you would understand that there will be a decent amount of players inside of Porchnock. As long as Special Army MY don't head in and just immediately get shot down by another team, they should be pretty much A-okay. But the amount of shots that is being shot up by Voidface, I don't think anyone will be able to catch on to that. But I don't think that it's worth taking the shot, because everyone is so far away. No one is moving. No one is being pressured by the circle. There really is no reason for you to be shooting people out. Like, yeah, Batman shoot up Shura, but he's just gonna be picked up or not. Another person is knocked down again. So both players are knocked down, and I think that should be all. It's going to waste a little bit of their consumables. Yes, you're going to make sure that they run out of medkits. That is like the only thing that they can do. Make them run out of consumables. Only reason why you should.
Yep. Looks like so far we're going to be seeing an engagement here. Baby Argon actually sniffing out Special Army. Special Army, they have two members here, but it looks like the other two are going to be sitting a little bit further away from that building, maybe to try and go for a bit of a backstab. You don't want to lose all your members in the same building, so it could either just be a sacrificial play, or maybe they can try and get a backstab here. They're quite difficult, but they have a pretty good vantage point over there. We'll see if they can make the play happen, though, because Baby Argon, they're also ready with a member hiding in the back lines.
They're ready for anyone to just come right out, because if someone were to just immediately flood in front of you with increased movement speed, it's very tough for you to land your shot. So it's completely understandable why Baby Argon has someone straggling about behind, just so that he have the perfect marksman shot against anyone who is way too close for comfort. And here we have the fight is gonna happen with Special Army MY versus Baby Argon, with two of the Special Army MY players completely knocked out. The amount of blue balls that's being activated by Baby Argon is just gonna be enough for them to come closer and closer over to Special Army MY. They have the watchtower currently occupied and just climb straight up. Gets one knockdown, just gonna be cooking up the grenade, but unfortunately the grenade is just not gonna land on anyone at all. But Cobra as well as Phoenix is enough for themselves to deal with the adversaries in front of them, or rather on top of the watchtower with no casualties whatsoever. Baby Argon have got what it takes to be a great shot.
Yeah, Baby Argon looking fantastic. No kills, unfortunately, on the side of Special Army, so they won't be able to get anything as they head on over to the grave, and we'll have to spectate for the rest of that match. But Baby Argon already looking to be a really good contender for the Booyah for this map. Oh, looks like we're actually getting a little bit more action as more members drop, and we've got some deaths happening as well.
Doesn't seem like things are working towards their way at all. Auto knockout with a shot down onto Hunt again. I think that was a knockdown, but not an execute. I don't remember seeing the color very clearly. But Legends Rumble just gonna be hanging around in the factory and completely all alone. Should be a-okay for now. The circle can't see that much, but this is only the second circle is shrinking in. The third circle, as the subsequent circle, is going to be the one that is going to be flushing everyone out real soon. And that is where the bloodbath will happen. Currently, Baby Argon has joined into the fray inside of Porchnock, so it is going to be a four-way fight. And that is going to be where the fun part is going to happen. But Baby Argon, they are relatively spread out right now.
I'm not sure if you saw the map, but we could be seeing Legend Rumble coming in from the backside as well. So we could be seeing 5 teams hold up here.
Indeed. So that is going to be a Gideon thing going about, a fatal 5-way. Baby Argon with one member knocked down, and that is going to be Cobra. Pops out the glue wall just so that he have enough time to get the revive down onto Cobra. Now the circle has been shown. The circle is only favorable over to auto knockout. auto knockout for X-Men as well as hard to get. For X-Men is slightly away from the circle, so they will have some time. They need some time to make their way into Pochnock, but it's still gonna be slightly tough because the only way they can get inside of the circle is by going past auto knockout, which is going to be relatively tough. And in the meantime, it does seem like we do have a confrontation coming from Eclipse versus LCMY Bosku. 1 member, 2 member knockdown. The last man remaining is going to be FCRY, and things are starting to get a little bit dicey. Something is going to be brewing right up, and FCRY is just going to be juking around Eclipse, and he did manage to get a shot down, but unfortunately, not enough to bring down the entire squad of Eclipse. I think that he managed to get a single point to himself though, so it is still something. You know, he did manage to bring someone down with him, so that is great. But let me just put this into perspective. Eclipse bringing down LCMI Bosku is probably the best thing that they can ever do at the top, at the northwestern side, because they're completely alone, and they will allow all of the bloodshed to happen in the southeastern side of the circle, which is within Pochnock. So we can be pretty sure to say that Eclipse have gotten themselves at least a top 5 spot because of their positioning, and that they are very safe. The only thing that they are lacking is the kill points. While the survivors of Pochnock is going to be decked out in kills.
Speaking of decked out in kills, Baby Argon, I believe Baby Argon are leading with 7 kills so far, unless someone else is leading. But Baby Argon, oh, Jabat actually getting dropped down there. Are they leading?
I think they are not leading because it doesn't seem like they have the fire icon on them, because usually that's where the kill leader is. I'm not even sure who is the kill leader. Oh, the grenade! Oh, oh, Manchai is knocked down as well. Good thing that they has a couple of glue walls. Bayets really want to bring him, help his teammate up. Both of them is now picked up, but Manchai immediately knocked down as well. Where are all the shots coming out from? They have absolutely no idea. For X-Men Esports literally have their back against the wall. Bayet comes in. He wants to get a kill down on the opponent that is harboring all this kind of aggressiveness in front of them. Bayet, Logan, and so on Manchai is in such a bad spot. Lusen pops right out. There's a kill on the Logan. Manchai, with a sliver amount of health, is currently knocked down. 2 seconds left on the clock, and he's going to be picked up. For X-Men Esports, with half team remaining, how exactly are they supposed to get themselves out of the situation? The Pochnock bloodbath is not over just yet. We still have a total of 5 teams within the vicinity. Jabat is coming closer and closer. Jim is knocked down now. Jabat with a low amount of health, about 50% of health, and here comes the grenade. It's going to be exploding in the face of Phoenix. He don't know what to do, but the cooking of the grenade wasn't enough. He did manage to just immediately run past the grenade and be safe and sound. But Jim is still knocked down. He's still not dying just yet, but the blue, the circle, the storm is gonna consume him, and he's gonna go straight down. Raw Spot eliminated at 8th place, and now Shirak coming from the other side of the wall is currently going to be holding on to this small little area right by the ridge. For X-Men Esports eliminated. Jabat brings one down on the hard to get. Gunza goes down, and things are starting to get a little bit difficult for Baby Argon, and they are now eliminated with 8 kills to their name. Hard to get. This is the point of time where things are starting to get a little bit difficult, because it is literally hard to get versus auto knockout. On the other side, they also have LCMI Gregory to deal with. This is gonna be freaking scary if you ask me. 5 teams remaining. Hard to get. They have to take all the kills that they can. They need to find all the kills that they have throughout this ridge, but they are at the bottom part of this ridge. Yen gets a really nice shot with the AWM right on the members of him. Also hard to get. Eclipse are making the best that they can. Legends Rumble is also kind of locked out of their glue walls, and this game is gonna be tough. Once the circle shrinks in, that is where most of the players is gonna die, and now more players are now dead. 1 member down, and 1 entire team is down. Hard to get is now below of auto knockout. Where exactly is auto knockout? Eclipse is eliminated, and now we are looking at a top 3. Things are just making. I don't know what to say now. Let's rumble. 2 kills. I think I saw someone with the grenade launcher. Taken is now taken out. He's currently knocked down. Man, Danley, I can't keep up this hype anymore. Take it away.
Alright, so it looks like it's going to be a final fight here between LCMI Gregory and Legend Rumble. We haven't seen Legend Rumble all match, but we're going to have to see if they can get this booyah, because they did dominate their first Bermuda map. And unfortunately, it's going to be Nga and Baby and Gregory. They've got a high ground advantage so far. Baby barely hiding under those crates. Can they get the vision though? They're still looking to get up onto that high ground. They can't give that high ground vision away. Gregory still getting those shots in. Nah, actually getting dropped down. Baby, the soul swiper for Legend Rumble as well as Gregory. Legend Rumble gonna be able to get the booyah. I don't even know where Legend Rumble came from, but they haven't existed for the entire game, and all of a sudden they say, "Hey guys, this booyah's ours." Oh, Legend Rumble. These guys. Yeah, we haven't spoken about Legend Rumble at all because they have basically been hiding around the outer edge of the circle all match. But I have to say, I was very surprised by LCMY Gregory's position in this match. I didn't expect them to play so high. They only got 3 kills, but I think considering LCMY Gregory, unfortunately, I believe they are placed. Hang on, let's see on my notes. They're towards the bottom of the bracket, I do believe, for the overall points, but even just to get second place, this is huge. So, of course, here's the results. Legend Rumble going to be getting the most points with 28 over Baby Argon, who actually managed to get 26 points, even though they only placed 6th, followed by LCMY Gregory with 23. Hard to get. They finished 5th, but remember, kill points always matter. So they managed to get 4th place. Auto Knockout, unfortunately, I was expecting them to place a little bit higher, but it looks like their placements weren't able to carry them through with their kill points. But I have to say, Legend Rumble, I don't know where you guys came from, if you teleported from another dimension, but they just suddenly appeared during the final circle. It's good to see you again.
This is getting awkward, like really awkward, because this is the first time that I have seen the first page of the result, the first result page to be that crunched down, like so crunched, so tight. The first place got 28 points, and the 6th place have like 21 points, while the rest of the leader, the second page is just completely suffocated with points. Completely suffocated. Special Army MY with 2 points, LCM and Bosco with 3 points, for X-Men Esports with 8 points, Raw Squad with 10 points, and then suddenly you kaboom, 6th place with like 20 plus points, and everyone else was like completely close to that amount. So this pretty much means that Baby Argon, Baby Argon Hard to Get, as well as what was the other team? LCMY Bosco Auto Knockout, as well as Hard to Get. They are all very close to each other already, and for sure, right? For sure, Hard to Get has already caught up to. Wait, have they caught up already? I think they are pretty close to catching up to No Escape already. Very close to catching up. They just need one more good game or a game like that. Yeah, I'm very confused. Like, okay, I know for sure, right? I know for sure that Auto Knockout has like maybe about 40 or 60 points. They lost by 40 or 60 points to Hard to Get, right? And Hard to Get lost by maybe about 40 points to No Escape. So by the end of Group A and C, which is the conclusion of match number 2, it is fair to say that Auto Knockout may still have like 20 points to catch up to No Escape. Hard to Get should be on par with No Escape.
Well, let's take a look, because I do believe we are currently in a parachute for our second and also final match of the day between Groups A versus C. And this final match could be the deciding factor as to whether or not we are looking at a brand new team taking in that first place. And of course, all eyes are going to be on Hard to Get as to whether or not they can blow this game out of the water, or if it could be Auto Knockout. Because remember, Auto Knockout are also in the running to take the first place away from No Escape. But of course, they are a bit of a deficit, because before this series, I think my rough prediction was Hard to Get needed 30 points from both series combined to take first place away from No Escape, whereas Auto Knockout need 50, which is a big difference. So we'll have to see, because we are looking at Kalahari. We saw a lot of action coming in towards the tail end of Bermuda, but let's see if Kalahari is going to be the same.
Indeed. we have this we have the flight path starting in the southeastern side of the southeastern side of the map and ending off at the northwestern side of the map with a slight deviation to the northern side. So it is fair to say that the players have got a wide range of area to work with. So we should be expecting that this game in Kalahari is going to be very, very close, or rather, they shouldn't be seeing a lot of fights in the early stages of the game. But right as I'm saying that, and before I even ended my statement, it does seem like Baby Argon has found themselves a competitor, and that is going to come in the form of Special Army MY.
Looking at this, I feel like this is a very deja vu play because I have seen Baby Argon camping this area and going into a shoot-off with another team before. I don't remember who it was, but this almost feels like very classic Baby Argon because when they did this last time, I do believe they got a clean 4-0. So Special Army could be in a lot of trouble. Of course, they do have the high ground advantage. We'll have to see if Baby Argon can somehow breach up onto that high ground and just secure those kills because remember, all these points matter, and especially this early on, if you can get a clean 4-0, you're going to be looking solid as the circle gets smaller.
Indeed. I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure that this has happened before because it kind of seems a little bit familiar to me as well.
Too familiar.
Yeah, too familiar for comfort. But to be fair, I don't have that good of a memory, so I don't even remember if it was actually Baby Argon that was here. But regardless of that fact, cooking a grenade, Sonic escapes with a sliver of health, and only to be knocked down by Jabbat because the rest of Baby Argons have pushed themselves up this pyramid and ready to bring down the guns, bring down the bullets. Jabbat finds himself with damages after damages, and Fanon finds himself completely knocked down. 2 members completely eliminated, and Baby Argon is off to a great start. And now they have 1 man left, Special Army MY, completely eliminated at number 10.
I didn't hypothesize this, but this has happened in the past. Clean 4-0. No one on the team got knocked out. It was beautiful. It honestly feels like Baby Argon have done this so many times. I don't know if it's in competition or in scrims, but the way that they breached that high ground was beautiful, especially with the grenade.
Indeed. Like, they managed to get enough information. How many people is by the wall? How many people is closest to the wall? We just need 1 grenade, flush him out of position so that he does not have eyes on the lower ground. So once he doesn't have the eyes on the lower ground, that would be the perfect opportunity for them to just rush up the stairs and get themselves in a prime position to deal with their adversaries. And I think that they definitely have the theory down. They executed that very well as well. And they can now eat the fruits of their labor.
Looks like we're going to be seeing some gatekeeping here. Whoa.
It doesn't seem like things are going well at all because Anga is going to be kaboomed by SCRY, but fights is literally happening all over the place. Skyzo is now eliminated. Unfortunately, Anga is the only one that has been knocked down, but thanks to Zeri, he will be brought back up to life. It is going to be a 3 versus 3 situation. Sawi and Kachik is now knocked down. 3 versus 3 still. It is going to be a tough fight for both teams. They are still going to be heading towards and will be continuing this fight, and going to be seeing through this to the very, very end. Zeri is going to be firing on his lead through that glue wall. He did manage to break it down, only enough for him to bring down Sawi. And Zeri, unfortunately, he came a little bit too close to comfort to that wall, but luckily Abella covers his friend with that shotgun and managed to efficiently bring down yet another man from the opponent's team. Eclipse have managed to walk away with a total of 3 kills to their name and allowing only a single casualty. Not that good, but hey, at least they still have 3 men alive and they have 3 kills.
Sorry.
They could have went for a flawless victory, but you know, sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah, and Bosco, they're left with one sole survivor as well. So unfortunately for Bosco, they won't be able to make any more aggressive plays. They'll have to play very conservatively, focus on their positioning. In particular for this match, they really need those placement points. But it really looked really hairy there for Eclipse. It almost looked like they were going to potentially lose their entire team, but very nice recovery, great teamwork, and in particular, the glue walls were fantastic, really blocking out those potential shots that could have come in from the side. So Eclipse sitting on 3 points. They are on the lower end of the leaderboard, but remember, every match counts. Placement points and those kill points. Going to be taking a quick look overhead. LCMY Gregory sitting on all 4 members. There's no one nearby, but they will just start to camp it out, hoping that maybe someone will pass by and they can get a couple of pot shots in and maybe even a knockdown before anyone notices. But let's head on over to the other side of the map. We've got a load of teams over here. We actually have Hard to Get, I believe, right next to Raw Squad. Onto the left side near the refinery, we have 4 men, and I forgot who it was at the corner. Did you catch the abstract? It was blue.
No, I didn't quite catch it as well.
I think it was Legend Rumble. I could be wrong.
Q?
Let's see.
Let's move on.
Maybe Argon. It's Baby Argon.
Oh, it's Baby Argon. Okay.
I believe it's Baby.
There you go. And for X-Men is around the area as well. I mean, after all, we are looking at Kalahari, right? Once it hits the end of second circle, that is where the bloodbath is gonna happen. I'm rather surprised that we are looking at 9 teams already with 32 players alive. We have a total of 5 teams, and that is going to run out to 5, 10, 15, 20. Wait, how many players? 5, 10, or 10 players. So 40 players in this game. 8 players has already been knocked out, and that pretty much means that things are going to be easier for whichever team is going to be on a healthy 4 squad. So all the players that are still alive, they need to be, aggressive, but they have to play it safe as well. Aggressive in a calculative way. They need to weigh in the pros and cons. They need to weigh in so many factors before they even engage an opponent in order for them to win. And Hard to Get as well as Auto Knockout, they are one of the most important teams to look out for. And they definitely would have a lot of pressure to their head.
Yeah, just got to find some cover there, Void Face. Of course, the team that we haven't really spoken about is Legend Rumble. It looks like they're going to be running the same strat as the last match, where they actually are going to play along the edge of the circle and come in during the final couple of circles. They play incredibly safe. I don't blame them for this. A lot of people are going to be thinking, oh, after that first match, they must play super aggressive. But I think after playing that way, they're probably thinking, let's not overstep our boundaries. Let's keep it safe. Let's focus on those placement points. We've got 9th place. It's going to be very hard for us to get knocked out until 12 if we just manage to get those placement points. So we're not going to be seeing Legend Rumble for quite a bit. Baby Argon's positioning, I think this is a game-winning spot, really. A lot of teams that win on Kalahari, it's because they have this high ground advantage. So we'll see if Baby Argon can maintain this vantage point, because as long as they can stay up there, they can get free kills. They are at no risk of potentially getting jumped on themselves. Very, very safe spot. And as we can see, Legend Rumble, all 4 members, they are just roaming the edge. Probably looking to try and grab a couple of those small kills.
And now the second circle is going to be closing out. Things are going to be a lot more interesting from this point onwards, because once the second circle is done, then the third circle will pop out, and that is where everyone will start to be running for their dear life. Well, in the meantime, Shura from Auto Knockout is now knocked down. Mirul is knocked out as well. Mr. D is going to be the last one remaining coming in from Auto Knockout. And the person that has been dealing with them is going to be for X-Men Esports. Exactly where did they come from? Mirul is, I think Mirul is in quite a open position, right? For X-Men Esports, where are they?
I can't see. It seems like they're shooting from the other side of the map. There.
They are. They are doing that.
Really long shots.
And they are making the shots. They are dealing it pretty darn well. And now, for X-Men, they have found themselves more food. And that's gonna come in the form of Eclipse. There are a lot of glue walls. It's now activated. We can't even see the nameplates on them. We can't even see anything over here. And I'm surprised that they can. Yeah, we're looking at things from like a 16-inch monitor or something like that, while for them they're looking at a phone. How are
They're
they
looking at
doing
a
all that?
single. It's a single pixel. They can see it. That's why we're not here playing. They can
That
see
makes
that
sense.
single
That makes
moving
sense.
pixel.
Exactly.
Alright,
We
so-
know what it takes, but they have what it takes.
Exactly. All right, so looking at 40 seconds before teams are going to have to start moving in, but so far, a little bit on the slower end of the spectrum. For X-Men, though, they've done a pretty good job at applying some pressure onto some of these teams that are trying to come inside the circle. They've got such a good vantage point where they are, and they've got plenty of cover. It's going to be quite hard to flush them out. And poor Eclipse, they might just be the ones at the mercy of 4 X-Men right here. They don't really have a good way of coming in.
Uh-oh. The last thing I saw was Hard to Get going in closer and closer to Baby Argon. And Baby Argon is the kill leader, after all. They do have some fire to their name. I'm not too sure how is that going to be like. I don't know how is that going to end up with. Oh, there's a lot of glue walls for by it. There's a lot of glue wall. But either way, wait, then he's not picking it up. You only have like a single glue wall, buddy.
Maybe he's holding other things?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Hard to get currently. They're making their way into the circle now. They should be safe and sound for now. But it's rather awkward for us to see that Hard to Get actually doesn't have any kills in their name at all. Right?
Oh, some shots
This is
being
very
fired
new.
across one. Looks like Yon
I think
actually
Baby
took fire.
Argon is opening fire.
You think it's Baby Argon? We could be seeing Legend Rumble, actually. Look at where Baby and R positioned. They could run right into some of these Raw squad.
Indeed. It's kind of tough for us to know exactly who was the ones that's making the shots. But one thing that we gotta have to know is the circle. The circle is now narrowed down into the center of Refinery. And we do have quite a big amount of players that is going to be at the outer areas of Refinery. Or rather, the center of Refinery. But the circle is just going to be at the slightly move towards the western side. Dusan finds himself right in front of Legend Rumble and unfortunately have lost in that shotgun fight. Legend Rumble is really picking themselves up pretty darn well, with 4 of them still remaining and having 3 kills to their name. They are definitely on fire today, and I'm looking
know
forward
where
to see
Boo is?
how they're going to deal with players.
Yeah, so Boo is the
I don't
last
think that-
surviving member on the side of Raw squad. I don't think they know where he is either. He hasn't.
Yeah, I don't
used
think
his
that they
Empire.
know where Boo is.
Yeah, so it looks
Yeah,
like
it's pretty
Boo's
quiet.
gonna have
It's
to
pretty-
play conservative. Although I'm a bit worried though because it looks like he could be running back into Legend Rumble. Oh, Manchai actually getting sniped there by Abella.
Unfortunate, but he's all the way in front, I think. But one, I think he's going to be making his way through and trying to find something to deal with it. Abella pops out the glue wall. He wants to get closer and closer to Logan. And he gets the shotgun down to the face of Logan and allowed the storm to deal with him. But unfortunately, Abella is going to be the last man remaining coming from Eclipse. And the rest of the members coming in from 4X-Men Esports managed to deal with him. And of course, avenge for their dear friend. LC Gregory is just going to be suffering a little bit of that storm damage, and I don't know if Yen is even able to get himself inside. It does seem like he managed to, in the nick of time, pump up the glue wall just to allow him to have a little bit more time to get himself down with the healing. With 8 teams remaining in this small little circle, things are gonna start to get spicy and dicey. I'm gonna prepare for the ramp gun happening, because now, ladies and gentlemen, Baby Argon has found themselves with a killing spree and really preparing themselves forward. They are gonna
And
be
look at
hiding
this.
themselves at the southwestern side of Refinery and the circle.
They're in the perfect place as well for when this circle starts to get smaller. It's going to be a bloodbath coming in because, guys, we've only got 17 people alive and 8 teams. So it's going to get very bloody, as you can see in the top right-hand corner. Plenty of players are getting knocked out here. Legend Rumble still on the high ground with plenty of vision over Hard to Get. Hard to Get, they are basically stuck behind these pillars at the mercy of Legend Rumble. But Baby looks like he's been knocked out. Kai still trying to get these shots off onto Hard to Get. I don't think they can quite get that vision. Baby Argon, they're going to end up running in and grabbing a quick kill themselves. Cobra almost getting knocked out. Unfortunately, Jabat going to be the one to secure that kill. Boo still hiding on that high ground, but looks like they've actually managed to find him with Jabat trying to get those shots onto that final member of Raw Squad. I don't think they quite see where Boo is. He's still trying to find him. Babu doing such a good job at hiding. Looks like the glue wall will finally run out. Gonna have to run to the left-hand side. He's crouching, he's crawling. He wants to survive, but he will end up being taken out. Raw Squad gonna lose their final member, and Baby Argon looking fantastic as this poor last Kai running right into all of these Baby Argon members. And that's gonna be it. Baby Argon getting that final booyah for the day. God, these guys are so talented. They're so young. How do they do it?
Isn't Baby Argon doing a little bit too well today? I don't know. There's just so many things that's going, it's just happening, and Hard to Get is just not popping off at all. I really thought that, Hard to Get would have been able to do something about this. I thought that Auto Knockout is able to do something about this, but both Auto Knockout as well as Hard to Get, they are not capitalizing it at the fact that, No Escape didn't do well at all. Because in the end, they are not doing well as well. So in the end, they are not gonna get all the points that they want. So let's just crunch down on the numbers real quick. Baby Argon with a total of 38 points, right?
Okay. So this is for this match. Baby Argon sitting at 38, Legend Rumble 29, Hard to Get. Okay, so if we combine Hard to Get points from last match and this match, there is a chance that they could still take first place.
They could.
Because they needed somewhere between 20 to 30 points.
Yeah, I think that they had like somewhere around 24 points, right? So plus minus, they are getting at least 40 points. Like at least 40 points, right? Yeah, because I know for sure that they are not 6th place. 6th place was like 21 points. So they must be above of 21 points.
Yeah, so if our theory is correct, it is going to be Hard to Get in first place. Sorry, not Baby Argon. No Escape second place, and then Auto Knockout should still be in third place because I don't believe they accumulated the 50 points because they needed 50 points if they wanted to take first place.
They didn't. They definitely did not accumulate that amount. They should get about the same amount of points that Hard to Get got, like somewhere around the 40 range, 40 plus minus 38 to 42. Baby Argon should be a lot closer to Auto Knockout as we have expected. I believe that they are literally neck and neck. I really think so.
I think after these two games as well, there's a good chance that Baby Argon actually overtake Auto Knockout.
There could be a possibility as well, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
To seeing the results.
Right?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these results because I want to see where everyone's going to end up today because tomorrow is going to be such a hectic day because it's the final day to get points. I believe it is Kalahari and then Purgatory for tomorrow's matches. It's going to be crazy. I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, indeed. I just don't know what to say. I really want to see the overall standing right now. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait for Leslie to be back with us, and we will just crunch down and take a look at the overall standing then. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're as interested and as impatient as us, do stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you guys with the current standing.
Here, as the rest of the team looks to play from high to low, the Graza is going to be it's not going to be picked up. This is looking for any option to get on to this area. He sees Sop climbing up the stairs, but they've got no grenades, so they have to play this slow. He gets shot in the back once the shotguns are coming through, and they have to clear up shop. Unfortunately, it's going to be another one getting hit by AWM as everybody's getting thirded, looking to hold this tower. It is a bloody mess as they claw finally SAF only take one casualty with 2 knocks on their side, maximizing each one of these games from kills to their position points. But for XBet here, looking to fight back against Nox. They dropped down the glue wall. They know that they're trying to creep out around him, but they are making sure that they're setting up the structures, setting up their cover with the glue wall to ensure that that left flank is going to be cleared as they look to clear mow them down one by one, high to low. They got the headshots moving through. That's going to be one. That's going to be two. Logan finds an opportunity and he takes full advantage of it. Manages to get the heal, 34 HP, but it's not going to. But it's going to stop the regeneration here. The rest of his team is pulling on through, and it looks like it's a 1v1. Can they secure this kill? It could be a full squad.
Once they're kind of being pushed against the wall, they are one against all. So they have to be really careful and they have to watch out for where the opponent really is. But the good thing is, it does seem like we do have a couple of members coming in from Baby Argo that managed to come in right in the nick of time to be able to help their friends. Bella is just going to be getting a kill right on to Cobra, but unfortunately immediately got backstabbed and the execution is down coming in from Jabat. Phoenix is still trying to look for the prime opportunity to be able to get a kill right down onto the last member of Eclipse, and it does seem like they are able. Legend Rumble have decided to open fire against the opponent's side. Raw Squad is now receiving a couple of flag from LCMI Bosku, and things may turn out to be going haywire now, because Raw Squad, they really need to climb up this ridge as soon as possible. They're just working on a one-way approach to get themselves up onto the ridge. They're not really looking at wrapping around the area just so that they will be able to get that knockdown, or rather even trying to backstab the opponent's side at all. Zuxon is going to be the one that's just going to be finding himself in a little bit of an issue, but unfortunately for Force, he's just going to go straight down. Raw Squad is still looking to be pretty a-okay. Bosku themselves going down over and over again. Special Army MY on the flip side is just going to be taken down. Bosku taken down by mine as well. So Bosku, with so many things that they have to look at, too many angles to be watching, because we have another team that is just coming in closer and closer to them, coming in the form of Hunt to Get, if I'm not.
Auto knockout. Shura gets a kill out of the screen, and Skyzo. Circle streaking in. They have to move quick, but Forestman 1 will be spraying down to the members of the Eclipse. Skyzo will get dropped down. Another member's Eclipse will be dropping down. Abella is the one-man sole survivor of this team. Manchai will get dropped down, but I don't think he'll get picked up because the storm hurts a lot. I mean, a lot. Abella will get taken down instantly by Manchai, and they are just by a little. Shura will be holding the sniper as soon as he pops out, but he just misses the timing right now. Bayet is going to be pushing in with the glow balls right now. Shura jumping down. They're going to be going for an aggressive push, but right now, oh my god, the grenade gets out to Shura. Right now, Legend Rumble, baby. This is going mayhem for X-Men. You're beginning onto Legend Rumble. Legend Rumble will get the kill onto poor X-Men and poor X-Men. Eventually, look at the booyah. He begins to kill onto the auto knockout, and yes, they will. Good kick keeps track going on for us, for the side of Eclipse, and Kachik has to be really careful. He gets shot out, and right now Glow Up being popped out just in the nick of time, and 30 HP left. Glow Up being sprayed down. Force will get taken out by Skyzo. Right now, all is left to Kachik. Kachik popping another Glow Up, attempting for the push, trying to get into those compounds, but Ravana Abella will be sprayed down onto the Glow Up. Kachik dropping really low, but Glow Up gets popped. We'll get a bit of chip of damage by Abella, and Abella will be chasing him with the shotgun. Grenade gets thrown out into the trailer. Glow Wall being popped out, and right now Kachik is going for a very aggressive push with the shotgun, but Far Cry is going to be shooting Zeri from far away, and he'll get knocked. Oh my god, an exchange coming out from Eclipse and gets the kill. Skyzo is just insane and gets another knock, and right now Bella will be knocked down. It's all love left to Skyzo. Right now, Skyzo is the only man alive, and let's say my Bosku has the time to revive all his enemies, but all his teammates, sorry. Right now, Eclipse, one man standing. He can't revive them.
Right into the middle of the absolute nowhere. This is the point of time where the battle of the glue walls is about to happen. Well, Mr. D coming from auto knockout. The team have currently 3 kills. They need to bring more kills to their name. Hard to get. Currently with 10 kills. Ganza knocked down. Whiteface, a sliver of help. Batman, how about him? He's still alive. 5 kills to his name. He do have the dragon up.
Are you ready for the result? Woo! I really couldn't.
Always ready!
Wait. Yeah, just now when the last game just ended, my heartbeat started to like bounce really fast, and then it's like, I still have to wait another 5 minutes? What? And then it's like, okay, it's close. 2 minutes and then 1 minute. And I'm like, okay, we are gonna see the result soon. We just give production another 1 minute about that. Okay, so okay, we're going to Top Fragger right now as production have told the results. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Top Fragger of today, and as you can see, Batman is not here. That is really something unexpected. I guess it's because of Baby Argon and AKO. They really performed crazily today. As Argon Jabat got 15 kills, and Rip Panda 14, Miru 14 from AKO, Legend Rumble 12, Legend Rumble another Taken called Taken got 11 kills.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
pretty
pretty
insane
average.
of
It
today.
was a pretty average day for Hard to
Yeah,
Get, so that's probably why they
yeah,
didn't have
yeah, yeah.
Batman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
they are
stop
not
you.
like
Stop you
wow
guys for
today,
that.
but they are
bit.
still good. Sorry.
Do you remember what you said? Get if they do not have Batman today, how would that happen? I guess
What's
that happen
that?
when they don't have Batman.
But as prediction, they probably still climb up to the first place, right? So yeah, we are gonna see what's gonna
Probably.
happen. Wow. Okay, so this is the last series of the day. We have Game 1A versus Group C. Baby Argon able to secure Booyah in Kalahari once again. They just got another Booyah just now in first series as well in Kalahari. Wow, now Baby Argon seems like taken the conquering place in Kalahari, and then they got total point of 64 in just single game. And then Legend Rumble Bermuda they got Booyah in Bermuda, and with 57 points, Legend Rumble as well was on fire. That's crazy. Auto Knockout as well, 39. Hard to Get 39. Seems like they got a little bit gap between like Baby Argon, Hard to Get, and Auto Knockout today. That is something unexpected. Eclipse as well, 32. Not bad. And LCMY Gregory, 31. And then Raw Squad got number 7. They got able to secure 27 points in their pocket, and 4 X-Men Esport 24, LCMY Boss School 9 points, Special Army 4 points, unfortunately. All right, that is the second game result right now. Oh, overall? Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, overall result, this shocked me a little bit because I didn't expect this is like overall standing. Now I'm like, overall standing 668 by Hard to Get, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Hard to Get. They are
Hang on, was
finally
our
climbing
prediction-
up. Yeah,
My
that's
prediction happened.
everyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think everyone has predicted from last week as they were on fire last week, and today they are not like extraordinary good compared to what they have done last week, but they are still pretty well. They are consistent too. They show us, they redeem themselves to say we are the top one. So today we are gonna climb up to 668 points, ladies and gentlemen. No escape, 643. Just a little bit gap, a little bit of margins there. If no escape gonna perform really well tomorrow, miracles gonna happen. So let's see. Auto Knockout at third place, 633. 10 points away from no escape. And Baby Argon, you can see, is 10 points away as well from Auto Knockout. That is insane. There's 3 teams. Hard to Get, Auto Knockout, and Baby Argon. Wow. I still couldn't, process and digest on Auto Knockout at third place. They are just 10 points away from no escape. What do you think, Abstract?
If I'm not wrong, this is kind of what I expected, except
Really?
for the fact that Hard to
10
Get.
points away?
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay,
I
expected
really
Hard to Get to be closer to no escape, be like 20 points no escape. I thought maybe they would be 9 or 10 points away from no escape, while Auto Knockout and like I think just now I said like 15 to 20 points. So it's a rare that they are 10 points away, a lot closer than expected. And for Baby Argon with Auto Knockout, they should be really close as well, which is proved to be true as well.
They are like just 10 points, about 10 points away. That is crazy. And we have a lot of surprises right here, but we still have to move place. We have 4 X-Men East 424, a little bit away from Baby Argon. They need to catch up a little bit if they wanted to squeeze into top 4. AV Elite 463, not bad. And then number 7, let's go. Let's see who is number 7. Raw Squad is still number 7 with 455. Legend Rumble number 8. Bloody Hate number 9. Boss School 10. AXA 11. Supreme Assault Forces number 12. And then we have Gregory, 365. They are unfortunate today. Eclipse, 358. Special Army, 309. Genesis All-Star, 235. So this conclude our overall ranking by today in day 1, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, I couldn't process just now. I'm like, just 10 points away. And tomorrow is the last day that they can really switch everything. Honestly, what they perform tomorrow, like say No Escape, they really just a little bit underperform. And then Baby Argon just got a little bit better. Auto Knockout got a little bit better. No Escape's gonna be top 5. They're gonna just drop down like that in just one day. Wow, I'm speechless. What do you think, Abstract?
Honestly, hard to get. That was kind of my expectations. They managed to meet my expectations, and only by the end of match number 2, everything just kind of piled up together nicely, and yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Except for the fact that why I expected this to happen, or rather why I wanted this to happen, is so that tomorrow's games is going to be a lot tougher for everyone. Like, a lot of pressure is going to be on their shoulders, because once any team were to lose, or rather they did not get a decent amount of scores, they are going to be at the bottom part of from 1st to 4th. They're definitely going to be kind of somewhere between 4th place, because you have to be consistent for tomorrow's games. You cannot afford to make any more mistakes. You have to be 20 points and above in order to have a chance to stay in 1st place or even 2nd place, because everyone, the difference is only like 10 to 10 to 20. Or was it 20? Yeah, 10 to 10, 20. Because I think it was Baby Argon, they lost out by 10 points to Auto Knockout. Auto Knockout lost out by 10 points to No Escape. No Escape lost out by 20 points to Hard to Get.
20.
And these four are like the closest to each other. Anything could happen. The 4 of them is the only thing that we have to worry about. But for 4X Made Esports, my heart's out to them. It's a little bit, a little bit heartbreaking for them, because they are a whopping 100 points away from Baby Argon.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I guess there's good news. They're kind of safe, because the next team after them is almost another 100 points under. So maybe 4X-Men, they might not be able to catch up, but I don't think they'll move. I think they're more or less safe to make that top 12.
They are definitely in the top 12, actually, for X-Men. As day 1, we know already, like, for X-Men, definitely is going to be top 12. But, you wanted to get more money in this case, right? In league stage, you probably just want to get as much as you want. It's just like, No Escape, they're supposed to get 2,000 USD. And tomorrow, they are probably just going to get 1,000 USD if they are very unfortunate tomorrow, or they just a little bit unfortunate. They just got half of the chunk, So that's kind of a lot.
It's fine. It's okay. I didn't jinx it. It's okay.
Yeah. So I just couldn't catch my breath a lot of times today, because a lot of changes, a lot of surprises today, and we can see players that are really far apart. Baby Argon was supposed to be, I remember, they are more than 150 points away from No Escape from last week, day 1. I was like, between week 2, like right after week 2, they are like 150 away from No Escape. No Escape was like, wow, super high, you can't see them. And then right now they are like, I'm almost there. Oh my God, to No Escape. So yeah, that's a lot is happening this week, today and last week. So I am really, really excited to see what's going to happen tomorrow. And tomorrow is the last day for the league stage. So anyone at below 12, you're going to really fight hard, because you really wanted to squeeze into grand final. And as well, I would like to give you a little bit head up about our prize pool in league stage as well. As first place, I've said you will get 2,000 USD. Second, you will get 1,008. Third, you will get 1,006. Fourth, 1,004. 5,002, and continuously to last place. You will still get something from here, but you definitely, most importantly, to get into grand final. So ladies and gentlemen, these wrap up our week 4 day 1, and I have enjoyed so much, so much as well with our amazing caster Abstract and Danily. Thank you so much for today. Do you want to wrap up something, Abstract?
Honestly, just good luck to the top 4. I'm looking forward to what you are gonna show us tomorrow, and yeah, I'm prepared to be blown away.
This one should be easy. If you're watching the stream right now, come back tomorrow. You will not regret. I promise.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching with us, everyone, and kamusta. I will see you tomorrow as well. So let's get back tomorrow for the last day in Lake Stage and see who are getting into the top 12 to our grand final day. Ladies and gentlemen, here is week 4, day 1, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's booyah.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.